since I have notes this time.
Slide in.
Do it. Drop.
Where did these
Already
notes even
uncovered.
start? Where do my notes start and where do they end?
What was
God.
from last week this week?
No, because
Well,
I
we
transferred all of my
definitely-
stuff from the last couple sessions into the same set of notes, which was a mistake. I got dogs.
Found a dog. Yeah. You
I
got
think-
dogs.
I think we went up to a mountain,
And I
and
found a dog.
we learned that what is our barbarian's name?
Hey.
Auken.
Auken. It's right here in front of me. Auken was raised by Yetis and can talk to Yetis. And
Yes.
that we did not need to fight any Yetis, and we were able to save the halfling adventurer and the other person that we went up there to save.
The survivalist expert, whom
Yes.
is my new best friend, out of character. I didn't talk to him. His name was Garrett.
Yeah, it was Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett.
Yeah. And then I introduced him
That
to
way-
my new Yeti friend, who is in fact my new in-character friend, the little tyke. I did not write the tyke's name down. I don't think we were given the tyke's name.
I don't think
Just a
so.
little tyke.
Yeah.
It's just a little tight lad. Well, there you go.
There we go.
Earned a name.
Chat is saying that they can't hear you, Mike.
Oh no!
For my notes.
I would definitely do it.
My notes consist of dog doodles. That's all that matters. Dog doodles.
Hey, Kat, I love you, but I'm playing a game right now, and D&D is slightly more important than you. So unless you want to be
It's from time to time.
part of my costume and be a hockey fan, you need to go
Oh,
play
she's so
somewhere else.
cute.
Okay, test. Tony, let me
Hey,
know if
chat.
that works.
Tony, can you hear him?
All good
There we
now.
go.
Oh, now I do.
As
No,
all
as soon
things
as I
should
get
be.
my second.
Okay. Yeah, where were we?
We're in Targus.
Yes.
We went back to Targus. And
Completed the
we
quest. We got the
we completed the quest. We went back to Targus.
And I think that's right where we left off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys would still be in the tavern, I believe, the Northern Light.
Yeah, and we were
Yeah.
looking into what's his face, the speaker.
Nerth.
Nerth.
Yeah.
A very sinister name, Nerth is.
And his office is here in this tavern.
Yeah, well, he lives here.
He lives here.
Office living, same thing with the speaker, right?
I mean, it's work from home, so yes.
I don't think I have an office back in Goodmead, to be honest with you. And I don't live there. So,
So you're saving
You live
the
in the
people
icy
money.
tundra of yeah.
You're not wasting the people's money by maintaining
Yeah,
an office.
exactly.
Living off out of the land.
I'm living off the land. Trahlga would be proud.
That's what you call buying your own meals, living off the land.
That is living off the land to Heinrich. It's buying your own meals and picking that up himself.
I have
Yeah.
worked for all this money. How is that not living off the land?
You're not living off your father.
The people live on the land, and I live off of them. This is what makes me a good landlord.
They need a consuming class.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you guys are just hanging out, getting your drink and food on at the Northern Light.
Yeah, I think Mick would definitely continue to listen in on any gossip, anything where he can pick up the names. I know there was a couple of the fellas from that we met in Goodmead. There, one or two of them, so I'd specifically be listening on them.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Perception. Watch out! Come on, baby. Ooh, soft 20.
Soft 20 is better than a hard 1. So
This is true.
Cool. You know, you hear a lot of chatter throughout the Northern Light. There's not much conversation of Nerth or anything. He's fairly well respected within the town, as he takes good care of the fishermen here, which are Targus's main economy, basically. You do, however, hear some men consoling a woman who is sobbing into her drink, and they're basically telling her, you know, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna make sure that this isn't it for you.
I would tap Heinrich, or I'd probably look at Heinrich and mind link him and be like, "Oh, hey, Chief. It looks like the old lady over there is having a bit of a rough time with the fellas. Or not because of them, but something happened. Why don't you go ahead and use that silver tongue of yours and go say hi? Maybe this will lead us into something with the Chief Target, the Chief of Targets."
John?
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking Heinrich isn't really one to just like help people out of the goodness of his heart. Yeah, no, I don't think that I will. I don't really want to get involved with whatever's going on over there. The crying women, they make me uncomfortable. And helping others, it's not really like, I don't know. Why don't you go talk to her? Maybe you can, do what you do and bend her down for the evening. That might cheer her up.
I kind of give you an odd. Mick kind of gives Heinrich just a little odd glare and he goes, all right. And I stand up and I go walk over there and I go, there's something the matter here, miss. These men aren't giving you a hard time, are they?
And through sobs, she shakes her head and says, no, they're helping. And then she just breaks down into sobs and just can't say anymore. But one of the men that's with her, he's fairly large, strapping trapper type, not like the fishermen around here. And he says, she comes from Bryn Shander. Her husband and sons were trappers there. They went out trapping and a Yeti got him. She lost her whole family in one night.
Oh, my apologies, madam.
She sobs in acceptance of your apologies. And the man says, Yetis have been getting a lot more bold lately. Sometimes coming straight onto the ice around the lakes of the towns, attacking fishermen and the like, trappers. We're losing more and more.
Well, have you had any Yetis around here?
Aye, we've had a few issues. Some say that the Great Red Yeti even made an appearance not too long ago.
Oh. Wait. I thought all Yetis were white. I mean, not that I've ever... Well, I met one or two in my time, but... seem to be, have snow-covered fur.
Aye, all Yetis are white. Ain't nobody seen one that isn't born white. This one, though, particularly nasty. With a terrible bloodlust. They say, they call it the Great Red Yeti because its fur is literally dyed with the blood of its enemies. So much staining.
Oh. Well, I'll just have to check with my mates over there and see if something can be done about some of the Yetis around here. At the very least, to avenge those who need to be avenging. And I look at the lady and kind of walk off.
Okay.
I'll sit down and tell everyone what I just heard and kind of follow up with Mick will follow up with I mean, we can sit here twiddling our thumbs, or we can make a name for ourselves, or if we have any ideas, maybe make some gold, maybe create an opportunity to meet this speaker fella who's giving us such a hard time. Any ideas?
I know anything else about this great red yeti?
Give me a history check.
Super good at those with my -1. 13.
13?
Yeah.
You have in fact heard tell of this Yeti before, and as far as you know, it is a real Yeti, and even the ones that raised you were kind of afraid of it.
Okay. Real yeti, very scary. Okay.
Big scary Yeti boy.
Cool.
Sounds like it's well outstepped its place within our ecosystem. I see no issue with killing it and safeguarding the Yetis that we do know, and our only murders of people who wander all the way up to the mountains.
Is
Hey.
Trahlga talking about maintaining?
Balance.
Yes, Trahlga loves balance. It's wonderful when everything's balanced.
I can't resist that joke. For the 2 people who get it.
Bureau of Balance.
It's good. I get it.
Trahlga doesn't. Trahlga just feels harassed by some voice in her head.
But is that different from any other moment?
No. Trahlga feels harassed from several directions at once, all the time.
Luckily, that's just how Trahlga likes it.
Maybe one more than she'd care for.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying here is we can use this as an opportunity, make a name for ourselves, and to create an opportunity so we don't rustle anyone's feathers to meet the chief. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to meet the speaker for Goodmead on good terms. So tell him to piss off, leave us alone. That way we don't have to murder anyone. If he attacks us, we have good reason to, and we're hailed as heroes from the people.
Then sitting here, I guess, and like I said, I wish for those other Yetis to live, and I think this will help with that, so I agree.
Yeah, we take out the bad one, the rest of them will probably follow suit. And if not, we have our very own ambassador here, who can probably relate to them a lot more than any of us.
Auken's
And a lot
just going
more
to
too.
swear in Yeti under his breath.
Heinrich's going to say, "No, I'm not a ambassador to Yetis. That would be silly. Why would I be as the ambassador?" Oh! Yes, Auken. I forgot. Yes,
You're not
Auken
the
is
only one good at talking, Heinrich.
Well,
I mean, look,
You're not the only one with fucking advantages either.
that I'll agree with. That I'm on your side.
Like everyone's kind of like, yeah. Well, let's us go and steal this these Yetis and maybe it gains us an audience with speaker. I don't know. I feel like our reputation already precedes us.
I'll get up and I'll head back to those men, like the one who's telling me. I'm like, mate, moment if you would. By chance, the Red Yeti, where's he been spotted?
Oh, he's been spotted all over 10 towns. Getting more and more bold by the tell of it.
Any recent sightings? Anything around here, perhaps, or a town over or two?
He was seen to the north of here about a week ago.
All right. Sorry, I'm not super familiar with the area around here. You got any towns north of here that he'd probably like targeting?
Hard to say. Doesn't exactly follow Yeti logic. Not that Yetis have any logic, mind you.
Oh, well, you stay out of the cold, eat anything that comes to your territory, the like. So, just kind of big, hairier versions of gnomes, if you ask me. Ha
And as you say this, a man who's sitting at a table nearby, wearing a fur-mantled cloak, lets out this laugh. He's just like, "Ha! You're seriously underestimating the Yetis, pal. You think you're gonna take out the Big Red?"
Oh, why not? It's how we've always done. We target the big one, the rest fall in line. Why, you got an experience with him?
And he stands up and shrugs the cloak over his shoulders, showing off his just hella yoked body. This man is a specimen. And he says, "I hunt Yetis. Name's Melbourne. You say you're going after Big Red? Tell you what. I'll make a wager with you. 300 gold says I get him first."
Well, I'm a gambling man. I'll wager that. 300 gold it is. And I'll yell out to the party, be like, "Looks like we're on for the hunt in the morning, boys."
Don't be expecting me to pay your debts with this man. I have zero confidence in our ability to kill this Yeti before him. He's very strong.
Stop shouting, the both of you. It's uncouth. We're indoors.
He's got fans. There's like ladies sitting around him at the table who are all just starry-eyed, just he's so dreamy.
Wait, is this a different version of Marivore? Is this an alternate reality Marivore?
No, he's a human.
Oh, okay.
All right, the bet's on. We start tomorrow.
And he says, "Aye, the race begins at dawn. Well, 6 a.m.
Yeah, I mean,
which is
more
decidedly not dawn."
Yeah, no, it's a little timey-wimey up here, but I'll grab my mug and I'll write and be like, "May the best fella win."
And he raises his glass and cheers you and says, "You hear that? He just wished me a good win."
I'm not gonna get it though.
As the skinny little Mick is like, ding!
Hey, Mick is a mean guy. He will reach right up and stab you in the kidney.
That he is. And I'll sit back down the table and look at Auken and be like, "Well, I'll just score myself a good, easy 300 gold. I hope the rest of you are ready to pull your weight tomorrow."
I hope you're ready to kill that man.
I don't know. I thought we were going to rest tomorrow. But that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, we don't
Nap
rest.
scheduled, actually.
We've been going over a lot of days in a row, but no, that's fine. No, yes, no, you're right. We should go.
Yeah, that's all Mick
You
wants
realize
to do.
you've signed us up for a potential death sentence, right, Mick?
Oh, well, with you can talk him down or talk his allies down. We can have Chief here talk him to death. Trahlga here can turn into a little pup and bite his neck. And I'll watch from the side, shoot an arrow too. It's just all good fun. I mean, how tough can he be?
Even my family was scared of him.
Wait, how tough's your family?
Pretty tough.
Oh shit!
They're Yetis.
We
They're
chose.
raised with Goliath.
We just chose not to fight them, so they have that going for them.
It's true.
Whoa! As I said, sometimes you gotta improvise with what's given you. I mean, besides, that fella is pretty confident he can take him down. Why can't we? Well, we got you.
One.
Our logic works, but I don't really want to argue with you about it.
Logic. I'll just throw a couple of daggers in his eyes, he can't see, and then we just, axe him to death or something.
Eliminate the competition is always a solid plan.
Do you carry an axe too?
Auken's act. And why would we want to eliminate the competition? I mean, that's just one that's not going to pay me money, which is the whole goal of this right now, is trying to get 300 gold. And two, like, we're not going to meet the chief of this town if we off that guy for no reason. He's a Yeti hunter. He probably protects a lot more than you think. Or kills.
Dangerous ways.
You know, I have a really skewed view of Yetis now. I'm really not sure what to think.
They're really not
Why
as
not?
bad as you think.
The ones covered in blood need to die. I think it's pretty straightforward.
Well, I mean, as long as they're not like, as long as they're not like leaving their territory or just killing innocents for no reason.
You're
Yes,
constantly covered in blood. Choosing to dress themselves in blood. That's the type you need to look out for.
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, Auken here could probably start teaching them how to maybe like put some stay off my lawn signs, stay off the mountain. I mean, it can't be that hard.
Yes, people know when they are shouted at, "Stay off my lawn." That's very effective. I found it worked very well.
Oh, well, when you're a 9-foot tall, hair-covered Yeti, I'm sure it's a lot more effective than a 4'9" half-orc with Are those horns on your head? I've always meant to ask. Is that like a headpiece you wear?
Yes, why are you always reaching over? No.
No.
They are horns. Yes, they're natural.
Oh, that's.
I used to shave them down, but I refuse to do it anymore.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, we all have our quirks. I can speak to your mind. You have horns on your head. I can talk to the Yetis. Heinrich is
So you
noble.
quirks. He like jabs you. You have quirks. Quirky brain boy.
I come from a very gifted family. Very gifted.
But I appreciate your elders. Quirks. My horns make me special. Quirks. I'll quirks you.
Hey, quirks you, buddy. Quirks you, Shorzy.
I'm going to bed. And they get up and start walking off to their sleeping chamber.
Well, I finished my meal and be like, gotta be up early in the morning. Catch you fellas later. Tomorrow's gonna be fun.
Yes, it certainly should be. So this would be
Fun
quite the adventure, chasing down Auken's long-lost cousin.
You had no better ideas as I walk up the stairs.
Auken's just gonna stare at Heinrich very intently for a very long time before making his way up to his room.
I almost took Charm Person so that I could cast on Heinrich on Auken so that Auken would like him.
Just for a little while.
Yeah,
You remember that Heinrich doesn't care about being liked.
exactly.
All right, so you guys are all finishing your ales and getting a rest in for the night.
Yes.
All right, you guys all get a long rest. And morning comes, not in any noticeable or, tangible way, because there is no morning here, really. But it is 6 a.m.
Mick would probably try to get up a little bit before then and get breakfast and get all ready and like motivated. And also try to figure out how he's gonna hunt down the Yeti.
Yeah, Heinrich is gonna go out and like try and figure out how the dog sled works, and like probably kind of fuck it up and wait for Auken to come out, and like Auken's gonna look at what he's done, and just like be like, and just like push him out of the way into the snow and like fix it. That's what I imagine happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trahlga usually gets up early and kind of does a last watch and also stares at the stars as much as possible, which is not much, I assume.
I mean,
yeah.
you get some stargazing in.
I do my stargazing.
And as you were going to bed the previous night, close to midnight, you saw the same thing that you see every night when looking at the stars. Right around midnight, that aurora just spreading across the sky.
What directions come from the north, right?
It comes from the northeast, I believe. But largely north, yes.
Does it seem like it's changed position since we saw it in what was the previous time we were in? Or did we only see it since we got to Targus?
You've seen it since the beginning.
Thought.
And no, it hasn't really changed position. It seems to always be originating from the same place.
But does it seem like, do I get any sort of like triangulation on it from the fact that I've been like moving between the towns? You know what I mean? Like, is it obvious to me that it's...
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Could I do some sort of like intelligence-based check, or I guess I could do a survival check to kind of get a better idea where it might be?
Yeah, give me a survival check. Let's see, 15? Not bad. Yeah, you are pretty confident that it's originating somewhere around the Sea of Moving Ice. And give me a religion check.
One intelligence, one I don't have anything in.
Cool.
Yep.
That's a 9.
I also rolled a 9 intelligence check because I wrote SEE for the Sea of Ice. So.
DM, in the morning, Mick is seen talking to a skeleton-like spirit with an eye patch and bandana over him, and he's going to take his skill in deception for proficiency this fine day.
Alrighty. So yeah, morning has come. I'll say that you've all gotten breakfast at the inn, and you know it's 6 a.m. I believe Heinrich was outside failing at getting the dog sled ready until Auken came to bail him out.
Yeah.
Not that Heinrich believes in bailouts, mind you.
Well, certain industries, like gold, bail out the gold industry.
So, what's the plan? What you guys doing?
All right, Auken. All right, so they say there's north. Do we have any towns north of us that maybe we can start exploring and asking around?
I don't know
Hey, what do
anything
you mean
about
raising your
Icewind Dale.
hand?
Out of character. Out of character. I don't know anything about Icewind Dale, so I can't answer the question in character.
Here, I will put this on the Icewind Dale map page.
Like, we own this map, like, and if we didn't,
Yeah,
can we have
like
purchased it from somewhere?
a handout or something? We're in Target. Oh, that's how you spell Targus? I've been spelling it with a U.
First of all, how dare you?
When they said the lady, so the woman had mentioned Bryn Shander, yes? Or they were from Bryn Shander?
Hi.
Wouldn't it be expected perhaps on the road between here and there, or maybe...
No.
She also mentioned Bremen, I think. Bremen's to the north.
Well, it looks like I would think that Tourmaline is to the north.
All right. I mean, I suppose Bryn
Northeast.
Shander could be a good spot to start.
And
Is the mountain that we went up the one by Kier Koenig, that kind of like circly thing up there?
Oh, right.
Like right here?
yes, this would be the mountain.
Okay.
And then you guys came all the way back here to Targus, and Larmtor, it's northwest that the Aurora was coming from.
So the Sea of Ice, this
all
stuff
of this
over
would
here.
be the Sea of Moving Ice, yes.
Man, Kier Koenig is super fucking far away.
Yeah. How
It
long?
was a very long journey.
Yeah. How long was that journey?
I believe it was cut in half because you had dog sleds, so I believe it was 8 hours each way.
Did we go along, like, did we take one of these roads? Like, did we go through Bryn Shander, or did we kind of overland trail?
Yeah, you would have gone through Bryn Shander.
Okay.
And Caird Dinaval, then.
Also, these mountains here, and
Yes.
points at the map. This maybe he could be living there. That would bring them close to Tourmaline and Bryn Shander enough to harass them potentially.
Well, sounds like a good lead. Well, we should start at why don't we head up to Tourmaline since they've been noted there in the last week, and then we can head south of the mountains if we think that's where we need to go.
That sounds like a good plan to me.
I don't see why not. It's a good
All right,
start as
laddies. All right, boyos. And I sit in the cart. I head out to the cart and sit down. Let's head out.
All right. So you guys are heading to Tourmaline?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, looking at stuff.
No worries.
Reasons.
How dare you?
As we sit out on the road.
Reasonable reasons.
As we sit out on the road, I started mentioning everyone. So, have any of you been up at midnight and noticed the lights that we've been seeing recently? To the north, mostly. Northwest of here at the moment.
Not at
Yeah,
all.
not all of us have time to sit out and stare at the stars, Trahlga. There's nothing to see up there.
I see what you do. You have time to do it, and there's plenty to see. There are bright lights just after midnight every night. But I'll show you tonight. We'll show you tonight, and then you'll see.
Yeah, so there's lights in the sky. Who cares?
I care. I think it is a place that and you should care as well. It's a place we may be able to acquire great power.
I mean,
items of ancient effect and the like.
Chief, did you not watch her in her last battle? Her whole form shifted. She looked like a walking constellation. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of creepy.
No, I think I missed that one.
It was
For a
quite
minute.
a sight to behold, and I've seen a lot of ghosts and spirits.
It was embarrassing. I didn't hardly got to do anything, but it was nice to try it on. It had been a long time.
I mean, is that just something that you could do? You just turn into a constellation at will?
Oh yes. Well, that's why I learned how much as I did. I became a constellation and traveled my mind through the stars.
Oh, that's
time's over. Got kicked out.
But wait, how'd you get kicked out of the stars? I mean, what kind of fellas did you meet up there?
I mean, they're not so much obsessed with that sort of mortal coil. You understand? It was much more about minds, meeting, and discourse, and that sort of thing. There wasn't really any flesh to be bothered with, but they were strange types. Many who were dead for a long time. That's how I know what I know.
Oh, I wonder if some of the spirits that I talked to met you on the journey. I'll have to start asking them. We had a pirate fellow talking to me last night. Taught me how to lie better.
You talk to the dead, do you? Oh, we'll have to observe that. We have a night ahead of us. We're going to watch this our wonderful friend Mick talk to the dead, and I'll show you a light show. We have a great night. I think I brought some rum, maybe some spiced rum. No, I forgot that. No, I didn't buy that. I thought about buying it. I didn't buy it.
Yeah, well, I will need some alcohol to be a part of this fun night ahead of us. Yeah,
it's a very strong
Let's say
tea.
that Garrett's husband gave you guys a hydro flask of mulled cider that will stay warm for 24 hours.
Excellent.
Cool.
Perfect.
Great.
Well done.
Now I want mulled wine. God damn. Son of a bitch.
You did this to yourself.
You did this.
Technically, I
Mike
did this
did this
to
to
him,
me. Mike did this to me. I blame Mike 100%.
and I'm not sorry.
Someone drink my whiskey.
So you guys are heading north to Tourmaline.
Yeah.
They sell weird stones there, and we're gonna run into some hippie people trying to sell us stones.
That is on dog sled, about 4 hours away.
Okay.
So if you leave now, you can make it there by dawn.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that sounds good. That way we
Sure.
can we'll have some daylight to actually search.
Okay. So you guys take off the North Road from Targus to Tourmaline. And as you travel, the weather is not so good. Your visibility is very low, winds are high, it's especially cold, and the snow drifts are very strong. even the dogs are kind of nervous about it.
This is terrible.
What? I can't hear you. Hold on a second.
Heinrich pulls his mink closer and just scowls.
Trahlga holds their fire underneath
make
their
the
gates.
art face. You got to make the Heinrich art face. There we go. That's how Heinrich feels on the inside, and his outside is just representing that. You see.
Actually, here we go. This is because my mouth was too open. It's this.
Excellent. As Michael Fassbender would say, perfection.
Yes.
Should we keep on? Should we keep on going, or should we just find a place to pull over before let the blizzard pass?
Can I do we know how long it normally takes for a blizzard to pass? Is there any telling? You can do a survival check or something?
This isn't a full-blown blizzard.
Just a bad.
Yeah, like it has all the threats of a blizzard in the making, but it's hard to say. It could clear up in 5 minutes. It could clear up in an hour. It could turn into a full-blown blizzard and bury you guys without mercy.
Down the road. Let's go.
All right. You know what? You and Auken are experiencing this kind of thing. I'll let you do it.
I guess I would look to Auken and go,
Where do we want to freeze to death? On the road, or maybe in a hovel?
Maybe in a hovel.
That's your call. You're leading the dogs.
What? Just. I'll figure that out later. Just heard a crashing sound and I don't know what fell. Oh well.
The trick is to not worry about it, and then it can't hurt you.
Exactly.
This is just a preeminence to the other game that we're in, where weird things happen that we don't understand why.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
This is
Yeah.
fine.
It's just reality collapsing around you.
That's just 2020. That's not scary anymore. It really seems as a DM, I really had to step my game up.
it'd be really just super evil to have a bad guy anymore.
So what's the plan, guys?
Auken will suggest that they just keep pushing through.
The two locals want to keep pushing through.
Yeah.
Heinrich will just scowl further and be like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly
One time I picked berries in a storm like this. We then mashed them up into a slurry. It was awful.
I don't want to hear about your dingleberries that you eat. It's disgusting.
Dingleberries? No, those are quite poisonous. They are a terrible fetid fruit. Don't eat those. Do you eat dingleberries? Stuff. Oh, Heinrich. Jeez.
So you guys push through the snow and high winds and cold and low visibility. Everybody give me perception checks.
Nice.
Nice. So Trahlga and Mick, as you guys are walking, you see off to the east, maybe a few hundred feet away, you can just barely make out a dark form in the snowdrifts, lying on the ground on its side in the snow.
Pull at Auken's shoulder, trying to get them to slow down the.
Slow down! I see something.
He'll slow the dogs down.
Oh, Mick, do you see this?
I see him. Should we go investigate? I mean, I'd hate to find a Yeti come and rip my head off when I'm going to say hi.
You should go then. We'll watch.
Ah, thanks. I'm glad I'm able to help.
From a safe distance. Where's the pod?
Hold on a second. I'm gonna look around and walk up there and I'm gonna mind link See if I can mind link with it.
I'll follow like 40 feet behind Mick.
Okay.
I'm gonna whisper. Hi there, lads. Do you need help?
And you're going to hear back in your mind. It's not a direct communication. You're pretty much just getting his surface thoughts. But you are getting thoughts, so he's alive. And he says, well, thanks. Cold.
Thanks.
Cold. So cold. So hungry. We're all dead. All dead. Have to make it back. Have to tell them.
It's okay, lad. We're on our way. And then I'll mind link with Trahlga and say, boy over there is alive. Might want to get your fire ready. He's a bit freezing.
And Trahlga rushes over, and I want to do to see how they're doing, check their wounds, see if, like, is he actively dying or is he just freezing to death? Or
give me a medicine check.
17.
Nice. Yeah, you run up and give him a once over, and he's not actually conscious. Mick was getting like his unconscious thoughts, basically, but
it's like
in rough shape. His skin is pretty much paper white. His lips and eyelids are turning purple. His entire left arm from the humerus down is just blackened frostbite. Like, he essentially does not have that arm anymore. And yeah, he looks bad. He's got some bad bruising on the rest of his body, and an open wound on his leg that is no longer bleeding.
Think to Mick, go get Auken. We're carrying him to the sled. And I walk over and I lay my hands around his face against like the arteries, and you see, or there's some light slowly pours in through his face, and I cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
I'll get within about 40 feet of Auken. Go. Oh, hey there, boyo. Could you use your muscle strength here? I'll watch the dogs. As I like run up to the dog sled.
On my way. And Auken will, once Mick is there, he'll hand him the reins to keep the dogs steady, and he'll rush over to where Trahlga is.
Okay.
Heinrich will just say, I guess I'll stand here and freeze.
Just cuddle with the dogs while they're waiting. Just cuddle with the dogs while you're waiting. It's fine. They'll appreciate the body warmth too.
So I got 11 healing for the guy.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
yeah.
you've brought him back to full health.
Right.
The wound on his leg closes, and you see a little color return to his face and his lips, but the arm is still frostbitten and useless.
Should have cut that off first, but that might have killed him. Well, we'll do it later. Auken, where are you? Auken!
And I pull off
He's coming up.
I pull off my like outer cloak and start like lay it over the guy and start wedging it under him, kind of trying to like tighten it around him so when we pick him up, it'll be easier to move him and start getting him warmer.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll scoop him up once Trahlga's set with that.
Okay.
Carry him back to the sled.
Do we know how far we are from Tourmaline?
You're about an hour out.
He's safer in town than he is trying for us to set here.
Do we have to walk if we put him on the carriage? Is there gonna be room? Or on the sled?
That's a good question. He'd probably either have to lay across some of you guys, or you would probably have to fashion some kind of secondary sled to drag behind the main sled.
You can probably lay him across us.
He'll be warmer that way.
That's true.
And you can also just start a fire and like wave it above his body, so you like slowly like dethaw him.
Oh, I could hit him with this new spells that I learned. It's called Fire Bolt.
Hey, you don't want to
No.
light him on fire.
This reminds me of a story called Works End at Bernard's, where they held a dead man. It was funny at the time.
That sounds like a good drinking story. You have to tell me tonight when we're talking to dead people and looking at the stars.
I forgot. That is our plan. I'm looking forward to it. Now, this half-dead man will be better soon.
So
Can he talk? Is he like conscious or still?
he's not conscious. He's still
Right.
unconscious.
Sure, that's fair.
Yeah.
We need to
So
get
you
him back to
guys-
town before he freezes to death.
Okay. So,
A second time.
So you guys are riding with him to Tourmaline the rest of the way.
Yeah.
I'd probably grab one of the sleeping bags and like drape it over him, and then I would tell Trahlga, use your control fire to like heat it up from the bottom, so that way it's a slow like oven, not oven, but
Yes, I'll light the end on fire. I've got you. But yeah, I use the fire the best I can to slowly warm the thing.
Okay. So you guys mush through the rest of the hour's travel to Tourmaline and finally get into town. Are you just like going into the first inn you see, or what are you doing?
Mick would be looking for the first inn, or if there's some kind of medical, like a doctor's home or something that's obvious, but that inn would be the first spot he would go.
Yeah,
Or a
there's
barber.
nothing that you know.
Because
there's
barbers are
treatments.
doctors. Barbers are doctors in the old days.
That's true.
So you guys get into town. There's nothing so obvious as a doctor's building or a hospital or anything. But you do stop at the first inn that you see, which is the Catalina. It's known for its wine mixers. And yeah.
Auken, bring the man. Lay him out on a table. And I charge in, and the first table no one's sitting at, I walk up to, and if there's no table that no one's sitting at, I pick one near that has the least people, and I shove everything aside and point at the table and go, Auken, lay on the table. Lay him out.
He'll do exactly that as instructed.
Heinrich, go get a room for this man.
Okay, so you guys basically just bust into this building with an almost dead man and usher a bunch of people off of their table aggressively, I might add.
This is all we do. This is what we do in almost every tavern with a dead person.
I don't know why
Or
I
dying
keep sending you to
person.
taverns. I should
I
send
need
you
hot
guys to like a
towels.
YMCA or a book club or something. Maybe then you'd behave yourselves. But yeah, you usher a group of people off of their table and barely wait enough time for them to get their drinks and food off the table before you just put this man's body down and unwrap him. And what are you doing once he's on the table?
I'm just trying to like tend to his wounds and make sure he's warm, and pretty much just start treating the wounds properly. Where we were just sort of like, I was just trying to make sure he was alive. I finished the examination, and I'm like, hot water, boiling water, please. We need to make sure he's fine, and I might have to cut this off soon.
Mick would go like, do we have a doctor around? We're looking for a doctor.
I'm quite proficient.
All right, well, so we need some cutting tools or maybe a surgeon. What do you guys do with people who are almost dead around there?
I have a rapier.
That's a stabbing utensil and not a chopping utensil. Thank you.
Auken will hold up his axe.
As
I
you
could use some
are
tools, that's fair.
As you are tending to this man, you hear a woman's voice go, "Theodore? Oh my God, Theodore!" And she runs up to the table to see to the man who she clearly knows.
Oh, sorry about that. Do you know this boyo? We found him almost dead.
Yes, he's my brother. He left a little under a week ago he left with a party to hunt down the Red Yeti.
Oh, well, looks like someone's already. All right. Well, do you have a? We can get a bed for him here if that's all right. We just prefer not to do everything on the table and health regulations. The blood ruins the ale.
He has a home, yes, but he needs help now.
Do you have a place?
The doctor doesn't have an office. Keep him here. Keep him warm. I'll go fetch the doctor.
We'll get him in a room.
Heinrich will walk up to the bar.
It's worth noting that there are like people gathering around, and not just gawkers. There are people like jumping in, actively helping. Like you asked for boiling water, and someone immediately ran to the bar and got a pot of boiling water from the kitchen. People are like, whatever you guys need, the people in this tavern are trying to help.
Okay.
Trahlga's essentially prepping this guy for amputation and like clearing everything and getting ready for it.
Well, you can't do it here.
What? Where are they going to do it? This is a terribly clean place. There's no cleaner place than a tavern table.
No, we're going to ruin the table. We're going to piss off the barkeep.
You don't ruin the table. That's why you put out a cloth.
Oh, gosh.
The barkeep's just behind the bar. He's just a dwarven dude, and he's just nodding and crossing his arms. He's like, health department is not going to like this. Nope, not one bit.
Your town has a health department?
ABC's gonna have my ass.
Well, offer me a better opportunity. Do you have a butcher board or something? I could use a sharp knife as well, please.
I can't just let you into the kitchen to use our butcher board. That'd be even worse.
Well, you're not offering a lot of solutions. I hear a lot of problems and not a lot of solutions.
Trahlga, why don't we just take him to the butcher's office? It's like the butchery. Where they do the butchering.
The butcher's office? The butcher? What?
Yeah, we take him to the butcher where they butcher the animals for the eating.
The barber. Yes, we'll take him to the barber. Yes, that's
no, that's the barber. It's the butcher. We could take him to the butcher because we're going to be cutting his arm off. There will be blood. They are set to deal with this sorts of things.
For this, I rummage around in my herbalism kit. I go, it's fine. We'll staunch the bleeding. I'm well prepared to do this. I am proficient in medicine, and I have an herbalism kit. So I feel like I'm actually maybe better than the town doctor at this.
Well,
Auken
what
will
are you
offer
doing?
you his hand
are you
axe.
waiting for the doctor, or are you chopping this man's arm off?
I'm prepping. I am waiting for the doctor to go. It'd be nice to have an assistant who's proficient in what they're doing. Well, I'll let them hold the tools when they're dirty.
Okay.
Because I assume, and I would do another check on him to make sure he's not, rapidly,
he's
unstable.
not rapidly deteriorating.
Yeah.
You stabilized him with the healing spell, but he is still unconscious and still warming up from severe hypothermia, and the arm is useless without some magics that I believe at this point are higher than anything you guys have.
Right.
That arm is gone, and if you don't amputate it, it is going to slowly keep spreading.
Yeah, a lesser restoration wouldn't heal that, right?
Are you going to try a lesser restoration?
No, I don't have it, but
I have to prepare it, which I would take overnight.
Yeah.
Do I even have access to it? I'm not sure. When is that?
I have heat metal, so when we can cauterize it.
This is not a terrible idea.
Good. So yeah, you wait it takes about 8 to 10 minutes for the sister to come back with the town doctor, who looks exactly like the town doctor from that other bar that you needed help in with a medical emergency.
What are you doing here?
He's like, me? Oh, I live here.
You were that other town then?
Oh no, you're thinking of my brother.
Humans apart. This is very frustrating for me. Look,
that was my brother Ted. See, I'm Fred. I live here in Tourmaline.
I think I might be
And
face
as you
blind.
can see, we're very easy to tell apart because my doctor's coat is much nicer than Ted's.
So are you saying your faces are similar? Because that helps me, because I was starting to think I was going face blind.
Oh, yes, we're twins. Well, More like quintuplets, but you know how it goes.
Oh, that explains a lot. Your one brother was very bothered when we said he looked like one of you. And now that I know that they're quintuplets, you should. Look, he's not the best one of you. I'll say that. Look, we have a man here. He was apparently hunting the Yeti. I believe it's time for his arm to be amputated. I don't mind a second look, but mostly you're here to assist. Agreed?
How did your parents send all 5 of you to the medical schools?
We don't have medical schools up here in Icewind Dale. We learned everything on the job.
Called the School of Hard Knocks. First you knock someone hard on the head, and then you experiment your surgeries upon them. It's something we tried to eradicate quite recently.
Yeah, were you septuplets before? Have 2 of you died in your experimentations in your medical practice, or medical malpractice, as I should call it?
We were septuplets. We don't like to talk about it.
Oh, look what you did, Chief. You made him go and remember something bad. It's bad for the surgery.
It's
That's just bad luck
traditional.
in general.
It's also bad for your karma.
It's traditional for septuplets to use the 6th child as a medical dummy for them all to become quite skilled doctors. It's a thing of the North. Don't be such judgmental, Heinrich, of different cultures you don't understand.
Well, septuplets means 7, so the last 2 of them.
Yes, well, sometimes things go poorly. You're not going to give it up in the middle, are you? Just throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Well, I tell you, how do you think we learned so much about hypothermia?
Exactly.
What is the phrase? In for a penny, in for a pound? Is that the phrase?
I'm not
What's a
familiar.
penny?
Look, we're trying to amputate this man's arm.
The fuck's a penny, Heinrich?
I don't know.
I'm not sure what a pound
There's
is
something
either.
that I read, to be honest with you.
Okay, well now you're gonna have to tell us where you read it, because I've never heard of a penny, and I'm very curious about
This
what
man
pennies
is
are.
dying.
He's dying slowly. He's got time. Heinrich, answer the question.
Well, have you heard of books?
No. What kind of doctor do you take me for?
Well, believe it or not, there are these things called books in the South, where they take lots of knowledge and they put it on paper, and they put the paper together, and they bind the papers together, and there's many layers of papers, and that is what they call a book.
Oh, that sounds fake. I don't know. Anyway, we gotta save this man's life. He is slowly dying here. And he pulls out a jar of leeches and says, "All right, where do you want me to put the leeches?"
Down next to the table, should we need them later. But for now, here, hold this, and I have him hold a clean tool, and have it ready for me when when all the blood starts spurting.
The what now?
The blood we need to amputate.
You're gonna have to slow down there, buddy. I'm a little lost.
All right. We're going to remove this arm because it would kill them. And I'm going to use this big sharp knife that was given to me by the innkeep. And you're going to stand nearby with that clamp that we got from the hot fire, which you need to keep warm in the fire, and then we will cauterize the wound. It's quite easy.
That does not sound safe at all. I am
Well,
not
no, it's
licensed to perform any kind of procedure like this.
No, you're
As
not.
you
You're
can
holding the
see,
tools.
I brought a jar of leeches. If leeches
Right.
can't solve the problem, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to help out here.
Leeches have a time and a place,
removing
and they're
limbs
boiled.
is simply the opposite of the oath that I took.
Look, you're not doing it. You're just gonna stand here and hold the tools, all right? That's all you have to do.
That's even worse. You know, they say that all it takes for evil to prevail is for good men to stand by and do nothing, and I can't simply stand by and do nothing.
Did
So
I
I'm
ever have
gonna
a good
have to be
idea?
somewhere else when this happens.
Yes, leave. That's we have the same great minds, like they say. Get out now, please. Go away. Take your leeches. Well, I'm gonna have one actually, and I take one and I eat it.
You know what? You hold on to the leeches. You're probably gonna need them. They're medical miracles, I tell you what. But I'm gonna be.
They do great things for my
over
colon.
in
I agree.
That room over there, so that I have some plausible deniability in my mortality and morbidity hearing after this.
Can I see your license for the leeches? I'm curious about that. Like, what kind of license does it take to have that?
He just goes,
Oh, so he's not licensed at all. He has no licenses. He's a fraud.
No, I believe up here
Proud, proud.
it's just doctors because they want to be. No books
You know,
needed.
Trahlga, I think that yes, the knife that you have there is quite good, but I think that this would do much better. And he looks at Auken's great axe. If we clean that and use that to sever the limb.
Oh,
Say-
for the blood. I'm gonna pull out the ceremonial dagger I got from the serial killer. Just use this.
Auken
Oh, that's
will
quite
hold up
sharp,
one
yes,
of his
look at
hand
that.
axes.
No, we're not. Look, if you were to use an axe, you would blister the bone. We are not trying to mutilate this man. We're trying to cut this off surgically so that he may live a full and complete part-man life. Okay?
Listen.
Are you going to get through the bone with that tiny little knife?
Haven't you ever butchered a chicken or a rabbit or anything? You must
Yeah,
slice
well,
them up. Look,
this
no one's
is-
asking you. No one's asking you, Heinrich. Although you make an important point, dear. And I turn to the woman who is crying over the man. Do you consent to this disfiguring surgery I'm about to commit to your husband?
Brother.
Brother.
Brother,
This is a brother.
whatever. Your
Brother,
cousin,
husband.
your relation. This is not important to me. I'm quite tired.
Tourmaline Aki.
And with tears in her eyes, she's like, yes, if it will save his life, anything. I will reward you handsomely if he lives.
That's quite kind.
Tourmalina C.
I'm going to assist Trahlga in this because I do have a +2 to my medicine.
There you go. Hold the hot pincers. Here we go.
Oh, all right. I'm more experienced in this than you would think.
Yeah, and I assume with the support of the community, we get to Carvin.
You do get to mutilate this man in front of a bar full of people. Yes.
And I'm going to use everything I got. I got my herbalism kit. I got my help from Mick. I got my help from the town. We're doing this.
All right. Give me a medicine check.
Just a straight one.
Yeah, straight.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah. So you clean the axe with the boiling water.
Axe. I'm not using the axe. I'm using the cleaver from the butcher.
We're
slicing.
Yeah.
A dagger.
You clean the cleaver.
Oh no! The ceremonial knife that Mick gave me. Sorry, that's right. It's very sharp.
Whichever
fault.
blade you're using,
Yeah.
you clean it with the boiling water and sharpen its edge with a whetstone so that there will be, the least amount of collateral damage, so to speak. And with a surgeon's precision, you tie off the arm right at the armpit, basically, and pick the spot that you're going to make the cut at just above the highest of the frostbite, and you bring the cleaver down and you make a clean cut with a single swipe, and blood starts not spurting as you did tourniquet the arm, but oozing and pooling on the table underneath it.
Pull out the hot things I had with the metal. What was it? The metal things that Trahlga gave me.
Yeah.
Pincers out of the fire and start cauterizing the wound.
All right. You apply the cauterizer to the severed arm, and it just immediately blood boiling, sizzling smoke. You can smell the scent of cooked meat. It smells suspiciously like barbecue pork. But as you do so, the man's eyes open and he wakes up and begins screaming in agony.
Can someone do with us something about that? Auken, hold him down.
He's fine. Give me a moment. Now that it's all covered up, and I wrap my hands around it and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Give me that Cure Wounds roll. Okay, yeah, so the wound is cauterized, and you cast Cure Wounds on it after it's cauterized, and you seal up the sort of flesh and arteries and everything, so it stops bleeding. But he is awake now. He is sweating profusely. His eyes are wide. He's clearly terrified.
But yeah, I grab him by the chin and I like open up his eyes, like pull his cheek down and stare at his eyes. Now the other one, you're fine. Look at follow the finger. Follow the finger. You're fine. You'll be tender for a while. Is there a chair somewhere I can sit in? There you go. And find a comfy chair near the fire. That was exhausting.
All right, boyo, you're fine. What happened? We found you out in the snow.
He says, "Where am I? Is this?
You're in the
is this
Catalina. You're in Tourmaline. Don't you
Am I
recognize?
Yeah,
passing the wine mixer?"
I got you a vine mixer. Here you go.
And he goes to reach for it, and you see the shoulder of his severed arm reach up and go, and he goes,
Oh no, you'll have to use the other one.
and he looks down and sees for the first time that he does not have a left arm, and he begins screaming again.
No. Calm down. It's okay. That arm was frozen. See, look, it's right there. And I point to the severed arm. That's
I just dropped it on the ground. Yeah, Trahlga just dropped it on the ground.
He
Her
looks
bedside
at it
manners
and
are
then
impeccable.
back at you, and he reaches up with his still whole arm and grabs Heinrich very, very firmly by the shoulder and pulls him close and says, "I remember now. The Red Yeti. It killed all of them. We went to find it, and we found it, and it killed all of them."
yeah. That's what they say that it does. Where did you find it?
And he gathers himself for a moment as he searches his muddled memories and says, "East. East, far to the east. East of all of 10 towns.
Of all of 10 towns. Wow. Like there's things east of the 10 towns?
Yes.
Not much. But that's where we found it.
Did you find him in his
finisher?
cave?
No, we hadn't found its lair. It found us before we finished tracking it.
Well, boyo, you're alive. It seems that your sister here's grateful for it. Sorry we couldn't save your fellas, but you made it.
Yeah, you need to drink some of that wine mixer. You need fluids.
Gladly. And he grabs it and just like chugs the whole thing, spilling a bunch down his chin and clothes.
Well,
His
that's quite
hands-
faithful.
I would say his hands, but his hand is shaking.
Yeah, well. So to the east of the 10 towns, so past Auken, what did you say? Lack something?
Black Dinishare.
Past Lack Denishire?
Yes, east of it all. About 3 days' time from here.
Are there even trails that lead out that way?
No.
Roads? No? How would we expect to find this terrible creature?
I would recommend not trying to find it.
Well, it seems to be terrorizing the 10 towns and killed your friends. And
There were 6
Things
of
that-
us, and there's 4 of you. What
Yeah,
do
but-
you think you have?
but look at you and look at him, and I pointed at him.
He looks over at Auken, like for the first time, and sees him and goes, "Oh, you're those people."
What do you mean, those people?
Yes, what do you mean those people? I say over from the fire.
Well, there's, we've heard the rumors here in Tourmaline of you guys and what you've been doing.
Oh, well, news travels fast when I take the knife that I took off his arm and I throw it up and catch it and be like, news travels fast when you're men of accomplishment.
And he looks at his arm that you just threw up in the air and says, Can Can I have that, please?
Oh, sorry. Old habits. You might want to actually just get rid of that. It's probably going to smell pretty soon.
You should burn that, it will attract wolves.
Oh, no. My people have to keep this. Can't be
What?
buried without it.
What
You're
do you
alive.
what do you plan to do with it? Why would you keep that?
Oh,
You can't
well,
cross over if you're not whole.
yes, what the large, stripy man said.
Something if you're not whole?
Well, first I'll find a really big jar to keep it in, and then when I die, my family will bury me with it. Wouldn't you
That's
want to
why-
be buried with your arm?
No.
What?
What's my...
If I lost my arm and I was alive, I'd say, hey, arm, you can be eaten by whatever animal you want to be eaten by, and I would throw it out into the street and wait for animals to come eat it, and I'd watch happily.
Oh,
Heinrich,
that's
have you
simply
ever
not
heard
right.
of traditions?
Do you want wolves? Because that's how you get wolves.
Auken, what did you say? Have I heard of what?
Traditions.
Yes.
This is a fucking tradition.
Where you put severed arms in jars?
Where you bury the whole person rather than part of the person. This is why I kept the fucking head. He can't have a peaceful burial if he doesn't have a head.
You know, Auken, I used to think that you were just kind of a brooding asshole, but that is fucking metal as shit.
So you're telling me that I put this big sea insect into a pot of boiling water, and it screams, turns red, and dies, and then I eat it? That is the most metal thing I have ever heard of.
Yeah, Auken, that's I'm impressed by your cruelty. That's very incredible. All right, well,
You
if
do
you want to
remember what I was raised by, don't you?
Yeah, I do now. Yeah.
They're not the ones that taught me that.
Man is the real monster.
The monster was in our hearts all along. The monster was the friends we made along the way.
Was the friends we made along the way.
Now that's a twist on a trope.
So yeah, what are you guys doing?
Oh, well, now we know where to go. We can probably get a head start on Boyo. I'm gonna stick with the barkeep. Barkeep, a round for the heroes here, and another round for our survivor friend and his sister, please.
And he goes, "Aye, I'll add it to the tab for that table I've got to replace."
All right, that's and I look over at
Owl
Trahlga.
down.
Well,
Wait, you said that this happens all the time. Why do you need to replace the table? Because that table has a massive blood stain on it. And Heinrich just points at the nearest table.
Yeah, that table, that bloodstain was from regular bar shenanigans, not an amputation.
What is the difference?
What do you suggest we do an amputation?
How much
The
will a new
amputation
table
comes with a
cost?
fee.
How much will the
disagree.
new
20
table
gold.
cost?
No,
20
nine.
That's
You
outrageous.
should not be paying this fee. Don't
Table
pay
is
this
cost
fee,
20
Auken.
gold.
Auken is already slapping down.
I have to
Auken,
contact the town carpenter. The town carpenter has to build a whole new table, and to do that, the town carpenter has to talk to the town loggers to get wood for said table. It's a
Yes,
whole
you
process.
don't have to
just
sounds like-
explain market
it sounds like
economics to
understand
me.
trickle
I
down
understand how
economics.
trade works.
It sounds we are stimulating
Hand
the
it to
economy
bartender.
here. We are job creators, and we need to be treated as such.
Yes, we create costs everywhere we go, which requires people to replace the lost goods. This is a part of the ecosystem. I thought you
This is how
understood
the
capitalism.
economy works. You have job creators and job doers.
Yes,
Auken's
you're
already
doing
handed him the 20 gold.
What are you doing, Auken? This is highway robbery. You can get a table for 5 gold easily.
It gets him to shut up sooner, doesn't it?
It's
You
very
can shut him up.
expensive shut up button, but if that's what you want, Auken.
It's your money.
I have no need for
Hey.
gold otherwise.
If you have no need for gold, you can give it to me. I'm fine with that.
Well, before we jump to conclusions there, Chief. Hey there, fella. And the guy who, what was his name again?
Theodore.
What do we
Theodore.
Theodore, my fellow. So, say we're gonna go and take vengeance for your boyos that were undeservedly thrashed. What's the quickest way to head east? Is there a road, or do we just gotta hoof it through the snow?
There's no road. You just go east.
Is it more southeast, northeast?
It's just east.
Oh, so it's east.
Or some
All
of
right.
us here call it Weast.
Well, that's just confusing. Is it west or east? Or is it east?
It's Weast. You just head Weast for about 3 days.
Are you saying west?
What?
It's Weast, Heinrich.
Are you saying vest?
No, I'm clearly saying Weast.
Is that west or east?
West by west east.
It's Weast.
It's an accent.
I don't believe you.
It's very common.
Heinrich's arguing with himself again in the corner.
All right. Look, everyone, check your supplies. We're going hiking with the dogs, of course.
Hiking to the
Oh,
east.
sledding. The
Sledding.
northern term.
Well, whatever you call it. Just gotta make sure we have enough food.
Why does
Clothing.
sledding sound so much more whimsical? Sledding sounds whimsical.
That's a
It's
northern thing.
arduous.
Well, we also used to do it in the snowstorms in the lower districts in Neverwinter. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you, there, Chief?
I seem to remember when I was a child, we would go sledding, and it was fun. You would go, and the help would take you up the mountain, give you a sled, and you would slide down the mountain. You go wee all the way down the mountain, and then there would be someone to take the sled and help you all the way back up the mountain. And then you would go back down, and you did that for the afternoon, and then you went home, and that was the evening. It was very good. So good.
Job with no purpose to go up a hill and back down it again and again.
It was entertainment. That's what's the purpose.
Entertainment. Why not just sit around a fire and enjoy the company of others? Why do you have to enslave another person to carry you up a hill?
Where's the fun in not enslaving someone to take you up a hill?
See,
water
we had to
me.
carry our sled up the hill ourselves if we wanted to go down the hill.
Uphill both
Sledding.
ways.
Uphill both ways.
So you'd
How-
gather lumber or a deer or something, and then carry it down the hill, and the joy would be, I'm taking care of my community. Not, I'm going to go get carried up a hill again.
I mean, one time I murdered a noble at the top of a mountain and rode him all the way down to get away from the guard. That was a pretty fun time.
I don't believe you. You made that up.
No,
Heinrich
of
just
course
kind of
it
like
happened.
stops and looks at Mick and
I don't even know how that works.
It happened. Come on, Heinrich, come on. The head of the lumber company. You know, Lord Darthvan, Neverwinter. Remember when he went missing last winter?
Oh, that was you!
Oh, it was. Well, I mean, don't tell anyone. But yeah, it was me.
Well, to be fair, that family is a bunch of... They shouldn't be nobles. They're only nobles because... They
Lumber?
Well,
They had
Well, not-
wood.
I was going to say something about the wood and the daughter of the constable.
You're trying to make a dick joke.
So, what are you guys doing?
I guess. So
I
can we
think-
take? Are we taking the sled east, or is that something we kind of have to do on the road? Like,
No.
can we go overland?
There is no road. It's
Right.
all overland travel.
Well,
Right.
we're in Tourmaline, so like if we go east, there's this valley we got to go around, and then there's Caer Konig, and we got to go up around this lake. So
I say we try and go around this valley to the south a little bit.
Yeah, right.
And then make our way to Caer Konig and get supplies there before we head out further east.
I was thinking, is it faster to just take the roads all the way back to Caer Konig with our
Not
sled?
really.
No? Okay.
Like
Then-
overland would be more difficult,
east.
and it would still be long. It would probably be a full day of travel to get to Caer Konig that way, but it would easily be 2 days travel if you took the roads back down and around.
Then I vote for the going through the Dwarven Valley or around it somehow.
Yeah, I would say around.
Around.
We're not going to be able to get our sled down it and back up it.
Not with that
Easily.
I
attitude.
agree.
I'm still working on wings. They're very
These are my
complicated.
dogs.
I'm a pessimist, all right?
They're good boys.
So you're saying we take the overland route to Caer Konig instead of taking the road?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, Mick would be on board with this. This sounds
And
like an
stock up
adventure.
the
Who knows what we'll run into?
And what, Auken?
Stock up on rations and food and other supplies before we leave.
Okay. Cool. Sounds like a plan. Are you guys getting a rest here in Tourmaline, or are you heading off right away?
It's after dark, right?
I thought we got here at like 10 a.m.
You got here right at dawn. I'll say about an hour has passed, so it's about 11
Oh,
a.m.
okay. Okay, then we'd probably go.
Yeah, I say
Yeah.
we go.
Okay, cool. Then we will take a break there
Okay.
before heading on this fool's errand. Thank you all for joining us so far. As always, big thanks to all 2 of our patrons, Catherine and Chris.
We love you.
Also can be one of our patrons and get shouted at
We'll do it.
during our streams.
Help us solve our ghost train problem.
Yes, the ghost train is terrorizing 3 of us.
We do still need funds to hire the Ghostbusters to come out from New York to take care of our ghost train problem. If you would like to help with this endeavor, the link to our Patreon is in the doobly-doo down below.
Also now in the chat, thanks to Joey.
And in the chat. So, yeah. Think about doing that and helping us with our ghost train problem. And in the meantime, enjoy this very nice screen that took hours and hours of labor to put together so that you can stare at it while we don't do anything. Okay,
Admire
goodbye.
my
All right. Welcome back, everybody. After a quick bathroom break / beer break / costume change, we are ready to resume episode 5 of Rime of the Frostmaiden. So what are you guys doing?
I think we're trying to not die and travel overland to the next town.
Because fuck roads.
Indeed. Indeed. Alright, so you guys set off pretty much right away on your sled, making your way around the Dwarven Valley to make it to Karakonig to gear up before heading further east into the frozen wastes.
How many rations should we have right now?
You can carry, you can carry as many rations as you want, but the thing about rations is that they're only good for 2 weeks. They do expire. So you can reasonably carry 2 weeks of rations.
So we've had ours for
have 2 weeks
about
on...
a week. Yeah.
I have 10.
I have 12.
I also
And
have
14 for the dogs. But I'm trying to figure out how much is already spoiled and how much I need to replace.
I deleted a bunch before, so I'm saying that mine are good until probably, well, it depends on how quickly time passes, but probably for these 2 sessions that my 10 are good.
Well, while you're in Tin Towns, just assume that you are just deduct gold for rations every day, basically, for every day traveled.
Okay.
Which isn't much. Let me double check how much rations are.
I think 5 gold.
I have 6 gold.
No, they're 5 silver for 1 day of rations. So it's 1 gold for 2 days of rations, 7 gold for 2 weeks of rations. But yeah, until you actually leave Tin Towns proper, just assume that you're deducting the gold every day.
Okay.
I'm
gonna forget to do that.
I bet you
Just
are.
knowing.
And it's gonna bite you in the ass.
I'm gonna ask again, how much am I supposed to remove?
So yeah, you guys take off to the east through the frozen middle of Tin Towns where people don't really live. After several hours, you come across the valley that you guys have to turn south and kind of, go around. As you're getting around it, give me survival checks.
Survival. Ooh.
Something Eye of the Tiger. So Mick and Trahlga can clearly see the weather has not really turned in your guys' favor since you arrived at Tourmaline. In fact, it's only gotten worse, and now that you have rounded the south side of the Dwarven Valley, it's much worse. The wind is higher, it's colder, visibility is lower, and Trahlga and Mick can pretty clearly tell that this is an actual blizzard starting up, not just the threat of one.
Trahlga is going to hear not to sound like a repeating bard, but we should probably find a cave or something to settle in for the night with the blizzard pass.
Yeah, guess we're probably going to die out here. All right. Are we right? Are we right about here?
Right about.
Loop.
Yeah, right about here.
Perfect. Then I would just try and find, the leeward side of some hill or anything nearby,
Yeah, look for a cave or some kind of deal to take shelter from the wind.
Maybe we should seek shelter in the valley nearby. I presume that the winds would not be so bad at the bottom of a valley. Of a valley, I should say.
Of a valley?
Valley.
Well, it doesn't sound like a bad idea, unless there's something else obvious.
There's not. I mean, you guys see the usual outcroppings of stone here, but here on the overland, you don't see any caves or anything that you could take shelter in.
Oh, let's go. I mean, if it's all right with you, fellas, it's good with me. We can head back to the valley.
Yeah, sehr
Oliver
gut.
shakes his head.
Shit takes snow out here. Let's go.
So you guys.
Why are you
double
guys
back
talking
then?
so quiet?
Yeah, I think we're going to double back and go into the valley a little ways.
Okay. You double back and go into the valley, and give me perception checks.
Finally, something above a 15.
Jesus.
Bam!
So,
Got
Auken
my
and
rolls
Mick, as
tonight.
you guys are making your way down the gentle slope of the valley, the two of you do notice a cave off to the side that you could take refuge in.
I will point it out.
Yeah, I'm steering. I'll steer over that way.
Okay. Yeah, it's uninhabited. You do find remnants of an old camp. Weather-worn, practically disintegrated sleeping rolls and bags, and the remnants of a very old campfire. But this place has been uninhabited for quite some time. Also, I did forget one thing: the reward that Theodore's sister promised you guys.
Ooh, yeah.
She had, they did not have money to give. Instead, she gave you guys a family heirloom, a great sword that is very, very finely crafted and has their family sort of coat of arms stamped onto the base of the blade.
Is it common or?
Do what?
Oh, the coat of arms. Sorry, I misheard.
Yeah.
I do like giant weapons.
Yeah, I would pass that to our
Starting
barbarian,
great.
who I think is the only one who can lift it.
It's just a normal greatsword, mechanically.
Mechanically, no. It's a +1 greatsword.
Ooh.
Wonderful.
Good, then we
Thank
won't
you.
just sell their family heirloom greatsword.
Thank you for your family heirloom. This will surely fund our endeavors.
Yeah, I like they hand it to me and I just sort of slowly shrink to the ground as Auken picks it up.
Heinrich jokingly
no.
goes, "Oh yeah, this is."
Please take this from me.
Auken just lifts it one-handed.
Yeah.
Heinrich jokingly goes, "Oh yes, that would be great for me. I could do great things with that sword. It would be very good." I'm just kidding, Auken. It's all you. I don't think that I could even. I wouldn't even know which end of that to grab. It's unwieldy.
Heinrich, you do realize that this means I now have 4 weapons with which to threaten you with, right?
Yeah, and you do realize that I still have the same one voice with which to threaten you with. And I know more spells now, and I know that I could get you.
Auken's going to call you a nasty name in Yeti.
Hold on, I got something for this. There. That was Auken's string of profane insults.
Where?
It didn't come through.
It
didn't
didn't
come
make it
through.
Oh,
through.
it didn't?
No.
That's weird.
But Mick can do it for us too, right?
What about...
There we go. That worked.
Oh, weird, it's not coming through. Bizarre. Okay.
Voice mod is very particular.
Do you have the right input on Discord?
I... should?
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Never
Oh.
not tech... Oh, okay, here's... Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, you're definitely talking
Now
to
we
voice
can hear
mod
the
now.
effects, yeah.
The stream could probably hear it the whole time. We just can't.
Weird. Wait, there's not effects now, is there?
No.
No.
Okay. So for testing purposes, there we go.
There we go. Yep.
Yep. There we go.
Perfectly
Now, so-
balanced, as all things should be.
All according to the hero.
Baby.
All right. So you guys are taking shelter in the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Just waiting out the blizzard, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at this point. So, take turns. I guess take turns taking watch.
Definitely. Trahlga always plans to take last watch, but we'll take whatever.
Oh, with one of you with a fire spells, go ahead and start a fire so we don't freeze to death. I think the dogs are
Set
getting a
the
little
camp
wet.
before I go to sleep. But at least I'll be awake for at least the next 8 minutes.
I'm gonna set up my fancy dog bed for my special boys.
All right. There's not much to keep watch out for. Nothing is out there in the snow. But the blizzard does take about 5 hours to pass.
Oof.
Mm.
Well, we can trudge through the night, or we can stack up here and try again in the morning.
Wait for the light all the time, we would hardly get anywhere. I suggest if you are ready, let us get away.
Let's travel as far as we can while we have energy, and then we can maybe find another cave, if there is another cave.
Keep going east.
All right.
Yeah, we'll hop back in and
So
head on east.
You guys wait the blizzard out for the 5 hours, and then go back up the gentle slope of the valley where you were taking refuge, and continue going east.
I thought we were going west.
Same thing. How do you not know that?
Do you not hear it in the accents? Pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's all in the accent. Like people who claim that pronouncing it nuclear is an accent, as if accents just add entire extra syllables to words.
It is like my number one pet peeve.
I hate it so
Is
much.
that specific word?
Um,
Nuclear.
So yeah, you guys, it's about another 12 hours of overland travel before you reach Caer Konig.
Okay.
I would say, well, boys, it's been a journey. We should find some warm beds. It's kind of cold out here. And set
It is very cold.
off tomorrow. Does that sound good? I could use
Sounds
an ale.
fine by me.
Fucks for me.
I can agree with that.
Well, we were just here, weren't we? Yeah. There's I don't think I took the tavern name down here. Oh, the Lusted. No.
So we made it to Caer Konig after a long rest.
Yes, you're at Caer Konig. I think Caer Konig had the Northern Light, not Targus.
Yeah, I think so.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, the Luskan Arms was Targus.
That's
and then
right, that's
the
right.
Northern
So
Light
Caer Konig is
in
the
fact,
Northern Light.
Yeah.
Don't forget to remove some rations.
I removed the ration
Don't forget
Doing
to
that
pay
now.
for
for
them.
me and my dog.
Don't
Dogs.
fuck up my DM gold economy.
So I would want to buy at least another 2 days of rations. They're how much?
5
5
silver
silver.
per day.
I'll tap on my fishing pole. I'm like, oh, we can find some watering holes so we can always fish as well. Seems to be quite the attractive lure for some of these Yeti boyos coming at you. Maybe the Red Yeti himself. Or sit down for some fried salmon.
You need a lot more than just fish. You needed something big, like a goat, or a cow, or a person.
Oh, so we have 4 of them and a few dogs too.
Yes, yeah. Which, by the way, Auken, I'm sure that you're going to be our main tracker tomorrow, since you're more familiar with Yeti movements than the rest of us.
I'm fine with that.
I like how it's just like a just a grunt, not a response.
Was that a positive or negative grunt?
Can I roll insight on that grunt? I really need to understand.
Please insight that grunt.
Okay, that's a 16.
It was a positive grunt, like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you're right.
But like positive, or like neutral positive? These are important questions.
Like neutral positive.
I really need to understand the intent of the grunt. The gruntent, if you will.
The grunt.
Those of us in the audience, welcome to my nightmare.
Okay, so it's 5 rations per day for people rations.
No, it's
Or
one
5
ration.
silver.
It's 5 silver per day for rations.
5 silver per day for people rations. How much was it for dog rations?
Let's say 5 copper,
Okay, cool.
because they're dogs and no one cares what they eat, right?
Right.
I mean, I care what they eat, but
Then 5 silver a day it is.
I don't have any silver left.
Well, that's just 5 silver a day is just 1 gold every 2 days.
I don't have the brain power to keep track of
The
math.
nice,
I'm
Well,
sorry.
the nice thing
are you
about
playing
D-
D&D and complaining about math.
yeah, this is fantasy accounting. Like that's really what we're doing here. We're not playing a game. It's just
That's
it's
that's
just
why Heinrich is the rock star of this campaign. Okay.
Listen,
only
I have
one
a
who
9
understands
intelligence
numbers.
here. I have a 9 intelligence here.
say
We've
with
already
Heinrich.
debated. I already warned you off of a bad loan, so you know Trahlga knows what's going on.
Trahlga is well versed in predatory lending.
Yes. Experienced even.
So yeah, what else are you guys buying here in town?
So we got rope. We got stuff for ice climbing, stuff for walking snow,
Heavy sleeping bags.
snowshoes. We got heavy sleeping bags. We have tents, right?
You've got tents here.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have tents.
We have
I don't have
sleeping
tents
bags.
in my inventory, but I think someone has a tent.
I think we have like a
I
large
have a
group tent.
6-person tent.
Did you just accuse someone in your party of having intent?
Yeah, I've got the big 6-person tent.
Maybe. I have a 3rd level spell scroll, but I don't know what it is anymore.
Fireball?
It was probably Fireball.
I think it was fireball.
Knowing me.
Okay.
Didn't we have 2 remove curse scrolls too?
We
Those
used them.
both got used.
Yeah. Those are the only scrolls that I remember us getting.
I think
There
you
was
gave
an
me a
extra one. It
fireball.
was a Fireball scroll.
Okay.
Cool.
And then I don't think Care Koenig had any magic shops, so because I got 3 potions. We all got like 3 healing potions.
Can I sell my old great axe?
If you want, yeah.
I don't see the point in carrying around a great axe and a great sword.
Valid.
You want to be double great?
You can't dual wield them even if you have feet.
If you go to the local blacksmith, he'll offer you 20 gold for it.
You know what? That pays for the table. So,
See, Auken, that's how you know that guy was ripping you off.
yeah. I'm good with that trade.
Okay.
I'm just carrying so much shit. I'm almost
And
at
you have to
carrying
worry
capacity.
about weight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how are
I'm
you
almost at carrying capacity.
How?
Because it actually counts the fucking sled and the dogs in my carrying capacity.
You should be able to mark that as 0.
Mark it 0.
Yeah.
Mark 0, dude.
Yeah,
If you can
I'm going in to
customize
fix
those
that right
items,
now.
do that because you're not carrying those.
Mark 0, dude.
Right?
I'm close because I have -1 to strength.
Same. Yeah. My carrying capacity is 120 pounds. I'm at 96.75, apparently.
And most of that is Heinrich. Hey!
Okay, thank God. I am now back
Wah,
down
wah.
to 150 pounds out of my 480.
It's actually mostly food.
Only 480.
Only 480. The sled itself was 300.
Jesus.
It's a thick sled.
But that is since fixed.
300, really?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, like, maybe 30.
The default
sled?
on D&D Beyond says 300 pounds.
That's a big fucking sled. Are you?
Yeah.
Do you guys have an orchestra with you? Because you could probably carry one with a 300-pound sled.
Do we need more dogs?
You need more dogs just to carry the 300-pound sled.
Yeah, we need at least 2 more dogs. I say we get a dozen just to round it out.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. For buying 10 more dogs? I'm hearing buy 10 more dogs.
Okay, but are you naming the lead dog Togo or Balto? And you will be judged on your answer.
I think Babe, dog in the country.
How do I ban a player? Guys, Larmtor will no longer be joining us for this campaign. I'm sorry to inform you. He made his choices.
Hey, you guys haven't seen Big of the City. It's a very good movie, and I'll stand by that.
I still got some of that candy corn from last night if you want, Mike.
Nobody wants candy corn.
Ooh.
No one, ever. Like the guys that invented candy corn don't want candy corn.
You know, I think I've got a candle around here that I could eat as well. It's basically the same thing.
I could
I'm
probably
gonna
bite
proceed
off
to
my
enjoy
own
my candy
pinky
corn
toe,
right now.
and it would be roughly the same.
Your pinky toe is made of wax?
That's what I learned in school. We did have abstinence-only sex ed, so do with that information what you will. It's why I have 5 children that I don't take care of. So, anything else in Caer Konig?
I think we do a sleep and then we leave.
Yeah.
You guys getting a night at the inn?
Yeah.
How much does that cost?
5 gold.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'll pay for it.
Total?
Yeah, total.
Okay, I already removed it, so no one else paid for it.
Okay. Well,
Right,
thank you,
I'm
Chief.
I'm just here fleecing Heinrich. That's my goal for this campaign. I no longer care about any of the survival horror or Lovecraftian aspects about this campaign. I just want to make Heinrich spend as much money as possible.
Hashtag bleed him dry. All right.
But yeah, so you guys getting a rest and meal in and heading out east.
Yep.
Yeah.
East ways. West ways. Got it.
The West.
Got it. Cool. Good. Excellent. So yeah, morning comes. You guys get a hot meal. You leave by 6
morning.
a.m. It is morning.
Whose morning?
All of us. Because
Wow.
of 2020.
We're all coming. Okay.
Because of this week.
You said morning comes. I was like, who's morning? All right. It's a terrible joke.
Sound won't work. Sound
It's,
won't work.
It's what we in the business like to call a sadgasm.
Kevin is so disappointed in all of us.
Reminder that this is a rated R stream.
Yeah,
What
this
do you
is
want from
not
me?
a family-friendly stream, guys. If your children are watching this, you should feel bad about yourselves for allowing that.
Yeah.
Nope.
So, you guys take off from Caer Konig, heading east. You travel another full day. This day is actually clear and bright with barely a breeze to disrupt your travel. Nighttime comes, as it always does.
As it always does.
John.
4 hours later.
I was gonna say who's nighttime.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
This
You're right.
is why John shouldn't be invited to games. And why John shouldn't play a bard, of all things.
But yeah, you guys have been sledding across the tundra for probably 8 or 9 hours now. And it's dark, and despite the lack of poor weather, still quite cold, oddly.
It's fair. Is there? I think Mick would be looking for either a cave or some kind of shelter for us to.
Nothing like that. You are on
Well, it
the
appears-
We have a
It's
six-person tent.
you see outcroppings of rock here and there dotting the landscape, some very small, some oddly large and tall, but there's nothing here other than flat snowy landscape otherwise.
Heinrich says, "Well, it looks like tonight is going to get intense."
Do you have inspiration, John?
No, I don't.
Well, now you have de-inspiration.
Where's my
He's
coin?
really,
It's around here somewhere.
Taking
The
you
next-
down a peg.
The next ability check that I dictate, you have disadvantage on.
That's how you deal with these kind of problems. You gotta
the
nip them in
only
the bud,
way.
what you gotta do. Gotta nip them in the
I
bud.
wish we were in person so I could hand you my actual de-inspiration token that
We
Kevin
kind of are.
that
in
just says, "Could you?" Okay. Hold on.
Oh, here it comes, folks.
Got it.
Here
I've got
comes.
mine. I can get it. Hey, where's mine?
Open your door, John, because I'm coming.
I think John's going down to Mike.
That was not here. You can't see it. That's why I shouldn't have made him white.
Oh, we don't get to watch the handoff?
John has the token now.
We don't get to watch the handoff?
It's not how it played out. Sorry to say. Where were we?
Could you not?
We're
No!
setting up the six-person tent and
God
leaving
is
Heinrich
pissed.
out in the snow. The dogs get to take Heinrich's spot.
Yeah,
Hey, no, that's not nice. I want to be inside.
I think Mick would have directed us to find at least a rock outcropping to set the tent behind.
Okay, you can do your best to set yourself up around a tall stone outcropping to shield yourself from where the wind seems to be coming from. It helps a little bit, not much.
When we're all sitting inside. When we're all sitting inside, Trahlga's sitting there and goes, I just had a thought. You know, we bought this tent based on the behavior of a bunch of people we found frozen to death on top of a mountain. Does the tent actually work? Because those people died of cold.
Well, someone needs to take up watch so we don't make sure we don't have a giant fucking yeti come and murder us in our sleep.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
we
that
do.
taking watch would be good.
I'll go ahead and I'll take first watch.
Last watch.
Second.
I guess that leaves me with the third watch.
Unless you really want the second, Heinrich.
All right, everyone give me perception checks for their watches, respectively.
So I have disadvantage.
Yes.
Mine. Hey.
And do you guys
I'm
have like
rolling
a
like
fire
shit.
going on outside the tent, or what you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah. So we definitely have a fire. That way the person doing the watch isn't freezing to death.
Yeah, and scrape away the snow, create a little a place close to the earth for them, and set up some rocks and a fire.
Okay. So first watch is Mick, correct?
Yeah.
All right. 25 perception. You hear the howling of wolves off in the distance, but otherwise your watch is uneventful. Second watch is Auken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With that beautiful 7.
Auken is sat facing away from the campfire and, head on a swivel, looking around, does not notice anything. Actually does not notice when a giant Mothman lands by the fire and warms itself for a little while. Heinrich steps out of the tent moments after the Mothman leaves to inform Auken that his watch is over and takes over. And other than the occasional howling of wolves, does not notice anything out of the ordinary. Final watch, Trahlga, with a 20. Your watch is also uneventful, but you can see a large moth-like figure flying off in the night sky, silhouetted against the aurora that covers the sky.
I take some notes. I go, ew, gross. Did you guys see that gross moth thing flying around? Are there more of those? It looks like a moth person.
What are you talking about?
I didn't see anything. Heard some.
I saw
poppers.
nothing. It's probably just your hallucinations again, Trahlga.
Oh, I saw. I'd keep an eye out. They're probably attracted to the fire. They probably carry terrible diseases, or try to eat our bread or our cloaks or something.
So they're like you.
What? I've never eaten a cloak, thank you.
But you eat our bread and you probably carry terrible diseases.
Our bread. I eat our bread, yes. And I don't carry terrible diseases. I cure terrible diseases, thank you very much.
This is the people's bread.
You can't own bread.
That's
Well, I mean,
pretty sure objectively untrue, but
yeah. I mean,
moving on. Yeah, do you guys just strike camp and keep moving then?
I'll tell Auken to start tracking.
Yeah, I'll start trying to do that.
Okay, give me a survival check.
21.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you
Tracking
are
the
able
enemies.
to pick up on the frozen now footprints of your friend Theodore as he was making his way back.
Okay, then we're
And-
going that direction.
Okay. You follow the footprints, and again, they're like frozen into the landscape. There hasn't been much snowfall or enough wind to cover them entirely, so you're able to track them fairly well. So on the sled, you guys follow these tracks for probably another 8 hours of travel. And at this point, the wind has picked back up, as has the snow, and your visibility has dropped. Once again, the weather is threatening a blizzard. Give me perception checks.
Yes.
Did the poop.
Mick notices a another large, very tall outcropping of stone. But more than that, he notices that this stone seems out of place amongst the rest of the rocky outcroppings. And at the base of it, there is, in fact, what looks like a dugout tunnel.
Mick would mind link with Auken, since Auken's kind of driving the carriage. Hey there, boyo. If you look off to your right, you see that rock cropping there. Seems a bit odd, don't you think?
It does.
I think I see a tunnel there. Looks like a good spot to either start looking or at least camp up for the night.
I agree. We'll veer off that direction.
Okay. You guys find yourself at this large outcropping, and yeah, you don't need to make a perception for this. As you get closer, you know, it's more and more apparent that this stone is not like the other natural rock formations around the landscape. It's very tall, it's incredibly smooth, and purposely geometrically shaped.
Oh. Look at that. Looks like someone built it, or at least got really creative with their stone carving tools. Wouldn't you say, Chief?
Yeah, it looks hewn. I believe that's just about hewn.
Yeah.
Hewn from the stone.
You think it was that bleeding Yeti fella?
I do not think so. From my studies, Yetis are not known to do the hewing of the stones. Auken, did you guys do any hewing of stones when you were with your Yeti family?
I'm gonna bet the answer is no.
It's a big no.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, that is what I thought. So these might be dwarves or something ancient.
Maybe our hunter friend.
We should. How big is it?
It's about 5 feet in diameter. Oh wait, the stone?
Yeah.
About 10 feet in diameter and 20 feet high.
And it's just like a big pillar?
I mean, do you want to give me an investigation check or something?
Yeah. I do.
Oof. Oof. Big oof.
It's just a big rock. You don't know why everyone's making a big deal out about it. It's just a rock.
I don't know why you are making such a big deal out of this rock. It's clearly
It's
just
not
a big.
normal rock.
It's made out of rock.
Yeah, it's a hewn rock, as you say.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that anymore. I think it's just a rock.
Well, you see the tunnel at least. There's something down there. Rock or no rock.
Yeah, that's there is a tunnel. Maybe we should go down the tunnel.
The tunnel itself is 5 feet in diameter, and the top part of it looks like it was roughly dug out, but quickly turns into an actual hewn stone descent, basically. Very, very steep. Not quite 90 degrees, but more than 45.
Does not Bren, I'm not playing Bren. Does Mick, Mick starts looking around for any other tracks? Does he see any?
Give me a survival check.
Can I help
Okay,
him?
'cause
I am proficient in survival.
He didn't. I'm gonna say no because he didn't like declare what he was doing or anything. He's just like, this is like a passive survival check almost.
Okay.
And yeah, he does not find any other tracks or anything.
seems to be relatively safe enough. Should we go exploring? Maybe find some more treasure. Hopefully not cursed, of course.
Let's find out.
Yes, let's just go to the tunnel underneath the rock. Let's just jump in there. Yes, good ideas all around. Jump in the hole and roll down the hole.
Come on,
Okay.
Pete.
Better idea.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Do you
Where's
have
my
better
where's my
idea?
sense of adventure? My sense of adventure is back at home, and what I have now is my sense of staying alive.
There's a shorter term for that. It's called survival.
I mean, I always called it a small penis, but whatever.
Well, I will not be goaded into action by insults to my genitalia.
All right, whatever, Chief. Whatever.
But
You
I
should
will be
pay
going
for it.
down there with you because out here by myself, I can't really have any of you dying down there. So I need to go down there with you, so that you cannot die. And if
There
you
we
do die,
go.
I probably will die as well. So
There we go. That's the spirit I'm looking for. Trahlga,
Yeah.
how about you?
Trahlga's been staring at the door ever since Heinrich disregarded it. And sorry, it was my baby was having a little tantrum, so I didn't want to put it on the stream. Can Trahlga give themselves guidance and then attempt to investigate the door, or I was wondering if it's worth doing like a history or an arcana check on it. I would do both those things and try to guide
Which
myself.
one do you want to do?
I would do an arcana check first, just to see what's going on.
Okay, give me that Arcana check.
Says that. Oh, oof, that's not great. 13.
Okay, so 13. On the rock?
Is it?
Or...
Is there not anything that is just like a big smooth rock? Is there not any?
Mhm.
Yeah, on the rock. I want to see if there's any energies coming off it.
Okay. Yeah, there are odd sort of striations in the rock formation that are not, weather worn or anything. You do recognize that this is arcane work, and you recognize that it is not of your people or any people that you know of. You believe this to be the work of the Netherese, which are an ancient, long-dead civilization of highly advanced magic users.
Trahlga's eyes widen. This is important. We must find our way inside of this. There could be something we need here.
See, of course, Trahlga's interested. We all gotta go in, right?
Yes. The Trahlga says that it's important. We must go inside. Yes. We go out for the Yeti. Now we go in the hole under the rock. Let's do it. Whatever.
Well, maybe the Yeti's in there. Maybe we'll stab him. And even talk
Do
to death.
you think that a Yeti could fit in that hole? It's so small. Look at how big Auken is. He's barely going to fit in there.
Like dogs and rats, they can fit into any place their skull fits.
What?
Wait, is that true?
Yes.
True.
I don't believe you.
They can get their skull in, they can just squeeze their bodies all the way through. It's upsetting, but they can do it.
It's upsetting.
Makes sense.
Can't cats do that too?
Well, who's going in first?
Many animals.
Mick looks at Auken.
What?
You can lead the way. You're the big one.
Yes, I'll lead the way.
Lead on. Pull out your giant.
Debating
big
about
sword.
animal squishing. Yeah, distracted.
Later, we'll check which ones can do it.
So
I'll turn into them.
you have to climb down.
Okay.
So give me an athletics check.
Can we tie off a rope and stuff?
If you would like to, yeah.
I see Auken starting to climb down and go, wait, it's storming and icy here. I start pulling out my climbing kit and tie a rope off to the top and hand it to him.
Okay, then with the climbing kit, Auken is able to climb down, no problem. It takes a few minutes. It's about 100 feet down all the way.
Okay.
But it lets out into a small stone room that is lit by what you can only guess to be magical sconces. So the room you're in itself appears to be upside down. And let me just...
Weird.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's very old, filled with debris and dust. And are the rest of you following?
Yes.
Mick would probably be the second one down.
Trahlga would go last.
Yeah, Heinrich could go after Mick.
Oh, look at this. See,
Okay,
I told
so-
you. So you always gotta check the tunnels. You never know what you're gonna find.
Is this the hole that we just came down from?
Yes.
Okay. What's this? Is that one of the sconces?
What? What's what?
The things on the ground next to us. Are those the sconces on the ceiling?
Let's see. It is a statue,
Oh.
which merges seamlessly with the ceiling. So that's coming off the ceiling
Mm-hmm.
from your perspective, depicting a
I'd like
long-faced
to
human
investigate.
dressed in wizard's robes and clutching a staff.
I'd like to investigate one of these statues here.
Okay, go ahead and roll that while I give this exposition. The slippery tunnel opens into an upside-down room, the contents of which are coated in frost. Across from the tunnel is a wooden door that's flush with the ceiling, which used to be the floor. The door is ajar, and flanking it are two identical stone statues that hang down like stalactites. Across from the statues are sconces with upside-down flames burning in them. And a 16 investigation. Yeah, these statues used to have magical wards on them, but the protections they offered faded long, long ago.
Flames are burning upside down, or the sconces are upside down, the flame burns right side up?
The sconces are upside down, and the flames are burning right side up.
Do we feel like blood rushing to our head, or does it feel normal?
It feels normal.
Right. We both have the same
you're
thought.
Just
It's
in
like...
an upside-down room. These sconces
Okay.
themselves are lit by magical fire, which is why it burns upside down with no fuel or anything.
I want to go investigate the sconces and see if there's any way to like dislodge one without destroying it.
Give me an Arcana check. Yeah, there is not that you know of. However, through the cracked, like the open door, you can see more light. So it's fair to assume that this whole area is lit by these sconces. Beyond
Trahlga
this
just likes the idea of a magic torch to keep with them all the time.
Is a hallway here, or is this wall here next to me?
That's wall.
Okay.
It's here, right?
The door is right here, yeah.
Okay. I just couldn't tell because of the lighting.
I can go take a quick, unless Auken, you want to take a quick look.
Above table, your perception's probably better than mine.
yeah. That's Mick would try to climb up to the door and see if he can take a quick peek.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need a perception check for this or anything. On the other side of the door, you see a long hallway that ends in, I'm just going to put you here, a collapsed, rubble-filled stairwell that you can tell immediately is impossible to pass through. There are, however, two other doorways in this hallway.
Mick will peek his head out and be like, "Psst."
Give it just a second. I think that our internet spiked. And we
Okay,
lost the stream.
You guys are bouncy.
We're back.
Okay, cool.
There we
Can you
go.
hear me?
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah, Mick will pick his head out and mind link Heinrich and go. Hey, Chief, why don't you come and check it out? We got a hallway and a collapsed stairway, but I think we might have something.
Oh, yeah, collapsed hallways, underground tunnels, upside down rooms. This is all very good.
Don't be such a spoil sport.
What's the deal with this door?
Yeah, these doors.
They're heavy wooden doors, rotted by age, and important to note that they're upside down. So there's about a 4-foot stone hurdle to get through, to open and get through them.
Oh, well, they're right side up. We're upside down.
Yes, it appears that this used to be a building, and the entire building is currently upside down.
So we're on the ceiling.
Yes.
Hey, Chief, you ever get in an upside down building before? That's not something nobles do. Sounds like something bards would do, but not nobles.
No, I've not been in an upside down building before. So this is quite exhausting. I guess I will give me a boost. Let me get through this door.
Which one?
This one.
Okay.
Mick will put his knee up and
Well,
let you
hop up on
it.
Put
Yeah.
his back
up on
into
the
it. Put your
up on
ankles
there.
in it.
Try and get through the door.
All right,
Alley-oop.
the door is not locked. You're able to creak it open and climb through with Mick's help. This room contains shattered and jumbled equipment, much of it near 2 heavy wooden work tables, one on its side, the other upside down, crashed and mostly broken.
I would like to look around and see if there's anything of value in here.
Okay, give me an investigation check. Very nice.
That was perception.
I'll go with the perception for funsies. Amongst the wreckage around the tables, you find a strange-looking iron key.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's nothing else of note in this room.
Strange iron key. What's strange about it?
It's just oddly shaped. Like, you can tell that it's a key, but it is not shaped or constructed like any key you've ever seen. It's just very odd geometry.
So there's nothing in here. I found a key, but there's another door.
Oh. Well,
Sort
give me
of
1
key.
second. I'm going to take a peek in this one, and I want to peek in this one.
Into this room?
Yeah.
Okay. Move you in there. Tall bookshelves affixed to the outer wall have spilled their contents onto the ceiling-turned floor. A large table lies on its side, one leg broken. A 5-foot wide tunnel in the floor to the east leads down. And
Oh, we
there
got a
is,
bit of a...
Heinrich, by the way, another door in this room.
Yeah, I saw that door. And I told everyone that there was a door in here.
Yeah, we got a tunnel in here, but I think the door would probably be a safer bet for now, unless we want to crawl on through. And I'll hop back over and then enter into Heinrich's room.
Crawling is low on my list of priorities.
No, climb up into here.
Oh, you want me to take a peek, or do you want to go in?
I'm happy to go through, or you can go through. It doesn't really matter to me.
Oh, by all means, boss.
Fine. Heinrich will peek through this door and take a look at what's on the other side.
Okay. Put you in there. The floor of this room is covered with shards of glass, frozen pools of spilled multicolored fluids, and the wreckage of 2 cabinets. In a niche in the far corner of the room, a metal chest is bolted to the ceiling.
Our floor or the actual floor?
In regards to what?
Which ceiling?
Like, is it on the same place as us, or is it above me? Or...
The chest is on the ceiling relative to you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's a chest on the ceiling over here.
Ooh, a
Quite
chest. Let's open it.
Well, I do have this odd key, but I think that someone will need to lift me up so that I can open the chest.
Everyone looks at Auken.
And the
Yeah.
the
I was
ceiling
actually
is
just
12
about
feet
to add-
high, so that's possible.
And I am an entire 7'7", so yeah, I'll pick up Heinrich, put him on my shoulders,
Okay.
so he can get up there.
And I will use the key that I found in the previous room and try and open this chest.
Okay, the key fits the lock perfectly, and when you turn it, you hear the tumblers inside click over.
Hey, Chief, be
allowing
careful of traps.
The chest to open. Now, how are you letting the chest open?
I think I would like hold the lid and like slowly open it rather than just let it like fall open.
Okay. So you undo the lock, one hand supporting the lid so that it doesn't just drop open and drop all of its contents. And inside of the chest, like sort of rolling around together in the lid that you're holding, you see 4 vials of potions. 1 green, 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 purple.
Okay. So before like it opens all the way, I would leave the key in there and take my free hand and like take it and like put them in my pocket or whatever, or like hand them to someone below me.
Auken will hold his hand up. He's just got one hand on your leg, the other hand reaching up.
Yeah. Auken hand this to Trahlga. Have Trahlga.
We'll just daisy chain this.
Exactly. Fireman water bucket thing down from the chest to Trahlga.
Okay.
Start
what's
putting them in
Trahlga
different
doing?
pockets. Putting them in different pockets of my robes. All right. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Anything with this color on the floor?
It's just frozen liquids.
Okay.
You would probably assume other potions.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Is one of these tables still standing up in
No.
this other room? No. I go, Auken, would you be so kind as to write one of these tables for me?
If you can get Heinrich off my shoulders.
Oh.
But he's the tallest
Heinrich?
man in the world now.
Could you
Heinrich,
maybe
have you
get
gone up
down
there?
now? You've done your job.
Yes. Help me down. I can't.
You feel like a tall boy. That's good.
Auken will put Heinrich down. And then he'll climb back over to pick the tables up.
Carefully, quietly, and I like act like I'm helping, but that way where people help, where they're just like kind of like touching it while someone else is moving it.
Okay.
And then I just try and use a flat space to investigate the potions, or to try and identify the potions.
Okay. Which are you doing? Identify or investigate?
Oh, I don't have an identify spell, so it's gonna be. I don't know. Wait,
Arcana
what I
then.
used Arcana, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's a real good roll. So you do recognize these potions, and they are potions of resistance. 1 for acid, 1 for cold, 1 for fire, and 1 for force.
Oh, these potions keep you safe from each of the elements in turn.
Oh, it seems a bit useful.
Does Auken seems well prepared against these things already, but I guess
Bear totem. I'm not.
oh well you can, if you want them, Auken, you can have them. Should we each have one in hopes that we maybe have the right attacked by exactly the right element in just the right moment, or should we give them to one person?
Decide amongst yourselves. It's fine.
I don't really know, but
I think if we give these to Auken, then we can get him to throw himself kind of like a boulder down a hill in the right situation.
yes, that's a good idea. I'd like to see Auken as a boulder.
Yes, but like an impressive, glorious boulder, not that is impervious to harm. You know what I mean. You've all seen avalanches; they're horrifying.
So
Yes.
it was acid, fire, force, and
Cold.
I don't need the cold. So he'll hold the blue one back out.
I guess I'll have to keep that, and I put it in my robes.
But I'll put the others in my bag, I guess.
All right. What are you doing now?
Oh, I'm gonna go check out the tunnel in the other room. Follow me.
Going into the tunnel.
I'm gonna look into
There's
the
such
tunnel.
weird-shaped rooms.
It's about a 15-foot drop from what you can tell to a floor below that you can see through the tunnel.
I would also like to do a perception check in this room, see if there's anything of interest or valuable.
There is none.
I'm willing to dig out my climbing gear and climb down.
Yeah, I would say,
Just to be safe.
Well, go ahead, Auken. I'll follow along behind you.
Whee! Down we go.
Ready?
All right.
Ah!
And you guys find yourself in a room that contains two metal cages, both badly damaged. Nearby, two roughly dug tunnels, one in the ceiling that you just came through, and one in the floor, lead to other areas. Narrow windows along the bowed outer walls afford you a glimpse of the earth into which the structure impaled itself. And there are two doors in this room. One here, one here.
Left
Well.
and right.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Trahlga, you pick.
Huh? This one.
Pick a door.
I point at the door closest to them right here.
Go on through.
I don't. What? Fine. And opens the door and goes through.
The only thing in this room is a spiral staircase.
Want to go up or down, I
which
suppose?
Is largely destroyed and filled with rubble. Same as the staircase you saw before, completely useless.
For a nap?
Well, it seems we must go through the other door.
I'll
All
walk
right.
through the door then.
Okay.
More doors!
An upside-down table sits in the middle of this room, and books are scattered around it. Clinging to the bowed outer walls is an upside-down fireplace. Along that same wall is a window with nothing but hard-packed frozen earth beyond it.
Can I peek out through this door?
Sure.
I'm assuming it goes to the staircase.
It goes to the staircase that you
Cool.
can see from this side is also collapsed with rubble.
Okay, I will tell
Sounds
everyone.
like your turn, Mick.
Well, suppose this one's the next one, unless Heinrich wants to take it.
Oh, it's all you, my friend.
Rick's neck.
I'm gonna stick my. What do I see in here?
You see the shattered remains of a desk and some chairs. It's very, very quiet in here.
Hello? Hello, die.
You cannot hear yourself speaking in this room.
Can I still see through the door?
Yeah, you can see through the door.
Hey, Chief. There seems to be a bit of a quiet room in here. I can't hear myself when I talk.
So that's very interesting. It's unfortunate that you have other ways of talking.
You know, you're kind of a dick, but I'll let it slide for now.
I'm the dick. Okay.
I'm gonna
And
look around.
Heinrich will walk in here and like look
and
around.
As soon as you do, all ambient noise ceases. You would recognize that you are in a silence-spelled study room.
Is there anything? I'd like to look around for anything of value or interest.
Give me an investigation check. You find nothing but a book, mostly rotted through, but still vaguely legible, on the ground next to the table.
Pick up the book and blow the dust off in Mick's direction, and turns, picks it up, turns around, and like blows it at Mick, and starts leafing through the book to look and see what's in the book.
This book is called The Unfettered Mind, and it's just a lunatic text discussing how one might exist solely as a disembodied brain, preserved for eons in a magical suspension fluid. It includes sketches of brains in jars.
Heinrich goes, well, this is quite hard. I don't quite know what to make of this. And he tucks it in his bag. Is there any other like discernible exits from this room?
Nope.
And Heinrich kind of like looks and like does kind of one of these and says, "Let's get out of here." And Heinrich goes back in the other room and says, I found this book. It's kind of weird, but there's no entrances or exits into that room. So I think this might be the end of our journey inside this, whatever this is, tower.
Then through the next tunnel.
So there's another tunnel?
There's another tunnel.
Oh, the tunnel's in the ground. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Cowabunga.
Oh. How do you?
You guys heading down then?
Yeah.
Auken is. I can't speak for
If no one placed a rope, Heinrich would place a rope.
These drops are like half my height, so I'm not worried for me.
Some of us have really bad athletic checks.
Yes.
So you guys drop down to the next level. This chamber appears to have been a wizard's laboratory, as evidenced by the upside-down storage cupboards and empty shelves fastened to the walls, the shattered glass and alchemical equipment strewn across the floor, and the arcane symbols painted on what is now the ceiling. In the middle of this space, 5-foot-wide passageways punch through the ceiling and floor lead to other levels. Near them, a partially collapsed wall exposes a room that lies beyond.
Well, anyone want to take a gander? All right.
I was confused.
Mick will
Do I have
just
to-
take a quick gander. Does he see anything in here?
A stone altar is attached to the ceiling of this otherwise empty semicircular room. An 8-pointed star is carved into the eastern face of the altar. And everybody give me a religion check.
Religion.
18.
20.
Ooh.
Trahlga and Mick, apparently, you two are rock stars tonight, recognize the symbol and the altar as one of Mistral, who was the first incarnation of Mistra, the god of magic.
Hey, I recognize that.
And Mick would know that holy shrines of Mistral are rare places and often full of mystery.
Mick, you're in the same room with Trahlga, so you see as they're looking up at the statue, and their eyes go wide, and a certain desperate look comes over their face. They go, yes, we must continue. We must continue.
All right. Just looking at the statue or the stone altar. Do I see anything around it? Anything else? Mick's looking for magical items, or well, in this case, holy items. Well, the lads.
No,
the temple.
it's pretty bare on the floor here.
Okay. And on the ceiling too?
And on the ceiling.
Grim moves over to the next door and looks at the rest of the group. Are we ready? We must find what this place has in store for us.
Can I peek through this door? I'm pretty sure it's just the
Close the door.
stairwell.
I didn't see
It's
that.
the-
Yeah,
the
I follow
spiral
Auken.
staircase that is similarly
Cool.
collapsed as it was before.
I'll like open the door, stare at that, close it.
I try to go through that door.
Okay,
Oh.
the door is open, and do.
Oh dear. I'm standing on Heinrich.
You walk inside to see two figures standing on the other side of a table. Some effort has been taken to arrange the contents of this upside-down room, creating a functional office. A table stands in the middle of the room, surrounded by small stacks of books. Lying on the table is a whirring amulet on a chain. Two figures stand behind the table. One is an undead warrior in studded leather armor, its dead gray flesh drawn tightly over its bones, and its face locked in a terrible scowl. The other is an attractive young man in cold weather clothing. His face, beneath a frayed witch's hat, displays studious eyes and a warm smile. He looks up at you and says, "Oh, hello. Welcome to the Lost Spire of Netheril. My name is Dazan."
Well, we have such a lovely home here. We decided to drop by for a visit.
Give me
You can call
history
me.
checks.
Do
Ciao.
Trahlga and I get advantage because we're from Icewind Dale?
No.
Okay.
It's okay. I got a 22 anyways. Jeez.
Yeah.
God damn.
A dirty one!
Everybody but Auken recognizes this person as
Dirty one.
only a few short days ago you watched him burn to death at the stake.
Oh.
Oh. Wait a minute.
Are we found the
Look,
Arcane Brotherhood? Is this it? Are you one of them? Why are you not burned to the stake? What's happening here?
Oh, yes.
Wait,
I am a member of the esteemed Arcane Brotherhood. My name is Dazan. A pleasure to meet you. What are your names?
I'm Trahlga. This one is Mick. There's Heinrich and Auken. I have something of great importance that I must speak to with your most superior people with. I have a terrible. I need some help, please.
Wait.
Oh, 1 second here. I'm pretty sure that I saw you. How do I say this kindly? I don't know, so I'll just say it.
We saw you burn
Burned at
alive.
the stake, not even a week ago.
Oh. And his warm smile fades and is replaced by a rather sad look of dejection. And he says, You watched me die then?
That is correct. We were trying to find you to remove a curse. We've since solved that problem, but we were unable to stop the town from burning you.
That is
Far too late.
most unfortunate. But all the more reason to move forward with renewed effort.
Move forward.
With what kind of effort?
Yeah.
Well, as I said, I am Dazan. And the person that you watched burn at the stake, apparently, was also Dazan. I am a simulacrum of my creator. This tower is
what?
a fragmented Netherese piece of a flying city that crashed nearly 2,000 years ago, lying somewhere under the ice here in Icewind Dale. My people have been searching for it, and my creator, Dazan, found this spire and created me to help him study it.
Would I know what a simulacrum is?
Give me an Arcana check, I
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
I'm not even gonna bother.
Trahlga knows what a simulacrum is, and Trahlga would know that a simulacrum is basically a high-level illusion of a person that mimics its intelligence, knowledge, and personality, but is for all intents and purposes still not a real creature.
You're telling me your master was destroyed in the fire, yes?
If that is what you say happened, then that is what happened, which means I am all that's left of his brilliance. Or should I say, my brilliance.
How do we know that it wasn't another simulacrum on the fire?
Oh, it would be most impossible to have more than one simulacrum at a time.
Oh.
We are sorry for the unfortunate news. Yes, we arrived to see him burn. But this place, you say, he was exploring it? Is that why these adventurers, do you remember a group of adventurers coming in recently?
Oh,
They're said to be dead.
Oh, I don't know anything about that, but they certainly came through with my creator. Led him here, took what they needed, and then left.
Punished your creator for supposedly luring them to their deaths, so...
Well, I don't know anything about that. I'm just a simulacrum. However, that doesn't have to be the case. On the lowest level of this inverted tower, my creator found a chamber with a device of ancient Netherese magic that can turn illusions into reality. I could become real, but it requires the life spark of a living creature. And I do not have that, and as I'm sure you can guess, my bodyguard here, and he gestures toward the white that stands next to him. We do not possess such a thing.
And why would, you seem like a nice fellow, but, what exactly is the nature of the work that is going on here?
Oh, it's purely scholastic study. Academics. No one has ever had first-hand experience with Netherese ruins. No one's ever found a Netherese ruin before. Their magic was so far beyond ours that we might as well be living in the Stone Age.
I am gonna insight check him.
Do it. He's telling the truth.
So, what do you want with the Netherese magics?
Well, I want to understand them. I think the more that we know about Netherese magic, the better we can make this world. And of course, the richer we can make ourselves in the process.
Heinrich's eyes light up, and he's like, "Oh, you're right. Well, we should try to find the bottom of this tower."
Oh, I got a question for you. I found a stone altar with goddess's name, a symbol on it. Do you know if there's anything special about it? I remember learning as a lad that crazy things tend to happen around her, mystery and such.
Oh yes, I believe it grants boons to those who touch it, who cast spells. But that is not why we came here. We came here for the technology here, not the hokey religions.
I'll be right back, and I run out over to the table.
Can you cast spells?
I can technically not.
I don't know why you're running to it then.
Tell me,
he's a rogue.
Tell me, simulacrum. What kind of life spark do you need? A sophisticated one? One of equal. Go ahead, please.
It is simply that it requires a living person to activate. It does no harm to anybody or anything. It simply requires activation by a living being, which sadly I am not.
tell me, I have a question for you, with a scholastic perspective. What do you know of what is the best way to put it? Interplanar infestation?
I know a bit. That was part of my studies. Why do you ask?
What if you were to have to apply that knowledge? Is that something you feel you would be capable in?
I'm a bit lost on this conversation here. Why is this relevant to my current situation?
As one scholar to another, I just want to know if you are comfortable with applied alienism.
I mean, applied? No. I'm a theoretical man mostly.
Take the risk. I'll take the risk. I have my word. I will convince the rest that we shall bring you, dear Dizan. Is that what we should call you from now on, Dizan?
Yes, my
Simulacrum.
name is Dizan.
Yes, Dizan. We shall make you whole. I shall find a way to convince the others. Let me go find what Mick is doing, though. He seemed to wander off.
Yes, I will follow you as well. And
You see him like jumping, trying to touch the stone altar. Like something's gonna happen, I swear.
Auken, could you please help me up to this fountain or this altar?
Altar,
I think
yeah,
it might be of some use
the
to us.
top of the altar is 9 feet above your ground level.
Right. So I just like reach out for like a
Easy.
bear hug.
Yeah,
And, like
I'll
grab
pick
you around the
Trahlga up.
shoulders.
Yeah, I'll pick
like
Trahlga
reach
up.
up.
Okay. Is Trahlga going to touch the altar?
Yes.
Okay. Trahlga reaches up and places a hand on the altar, and as soon as they do, the now weathered carved runes light up with an ancient magical blue light.
Shit, I told you!
A small aperture opens on the top of it, and out of it falls a stoppered flask with a luminous blue liquid.
Did you catch it?
Yeah, I would, if I saw it falling, I would definitely catch it.
Give me
I would
a
try and catch it, but
dexterity saving throw, both of you.
I'm terrible at that. I would try that. Oof.
Okay, Trahlga tries and just completely fumbles the attempt, and it falls through their hands after bouncing a few times. And Mick grabs it just barely when it's less than a foot from hitting the ground and shattering.
See? Told you. Magic. I knew there was something. I just couldn't figure out what it was.
Mick, you're a universal catcher now. Anytime anyone opens an upside down thing, you're on catching duty.
Can I look at this to see if I can figure out what it does?
Do you have identify?
I do not.
Then no.
Well, I'm sure it's worth something.
Heinrich could go, well, I want one of those too. And he kind of like motions someone to like lift him up so he can touch it and hold one hand underneath the aperture.
Down,
As Auken
and he'll then stare at Heinrich.
I go, I
waiting
think we
for the
did the
magic
thing.
word.
I think that was it.
I think that there's more in there. I think we should try.
What if there's more? Go ahead.
Yeah,
That's
but
more.
Auken's
What's
going
if
to
there's
just
more?
stare at you, Heinrich.
And Heinrich will start climbing on top of Auken.
What do you
Auken will
consent?
push him back down and continue to
Consent.
stare at him.
It's
This
just-
is a very
it's just-
intense
it's
stare.
just that
You can insight it.
King of Hill, that King of the Hill scene with the archaeologists, where Hank is just continually booting him back into the pit as he's trying to climb the ladder.
Yeah, Auken's just like, he's just put his hand out and is just pushing on Heinrich's face.
Will
Keep him
you
from climbing
please
on him?
lift me up, Auken, please?
Yes. And as soon as he hears the word please, then he'll pick Heinrich up.
Who knows that the man raised by Yetis had so much menace?
And he'll threaten to drop him.
You lift Heinrich up, and Heinrich, I assume, goes to touch the altar.
Yes.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Well, now we know that it's just a fun thing.
And Auken will unceremoniously just drop Heinrich on the floor.
Heinrich, take 1d4 pride damage. Or should I say vibe damage?
So your pride HP at 996.
Oh man, max damage.
Yeah. So what you guys doing?
So we're trying to help this wizard do.
We shall find our way through this lost chunk of a ancient mystical city and find a way to bring them whole again in hopes of their power being used wisely to benefit us and everyone.
Oh, right. So there's one more tunnel going down. I suppose that's the right way.
Oh, I was
Yes,
more thinking
yes,
in a big
please.
sense. That makes sense, though. Navigation's important.
Lead the way. I'll be right behind you. I, of course, have to be there for the ritual.
Yeah, follow us. And I follow Auken down.
Okay.
I mean, can we use like the same rope from some of the other tunnels and just like kick it down this part of the tunnel? It's only like we said, like 15 feet or something, 12 feet.
Yeah, totally. Well, you probably couldn't retrieve the rope from the higher tunnels.
Yeah, the
to
first
come
one,
down
yeah,
there.
absolutely. Yeah, no, I assume my first rope is still in place.
Yeah. Okay, but you guys are going down?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick bio break there, and
Sound
then come back at it in 5 or so.
All right.
Once
Cool,
again, thanks
cool.
for joining us, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 5 of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Our heroes have just jumped into a hole. And you guys drop down this hole. And the Dazan simulacrum is the last among you. And as you drop down, realize that he doesn't jump down too. Instead, as you're sliding down, he calls down, "Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, a bit of a beast did seem to move in about a week ago. So be on the lookout."
What sort of measure is a bit?
And you guys drop down into a room filled with rusty tableware, shattered plates, and broken chairs lying scattered on the floor amid 2 tables, one overturned and one on its side. And crawling out from behind the tipped-over table is a hulking, 8-legged reptile with glowing eyes.
Oh no.
Lovely.
Oh no.
And initiative.
Whee. Hey, that ain't bad.
Mine is.
Man, I'm rolling like crazy. I'm definitely gonna die next
That just
session.
gives you more time to plan what you want to do.
Battle music.
What, you don't want to fight to this beautiful Skyrim music?
You don't really? No, not to be honest.
Go.
There we go.
All right. So, we start with Trahlga.
Trahlga's eyes go white as they raise their hand to the creature and they cast Moonbeam.
Moonbeam.
So at the start of their turn, they make the save and we'll take that damage.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go stand right here and that's my turn.
Auken.
How many rages do I have at this level? I've got 3. Yeah, we'll rage. And make sure I turn that on. Draw my greatsword. And then I'm gonna run up to this thing and recklessly slap it with my sword. I always say slap, but with the sharp end of it, the sharp side.
With the rough part.
That's a 14 to hit.
That misses.
Slap chop.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
And that's
Okay,
with the
well it
plus
has
1?
advantage. That's with the +1,
Okay.
What is this, an ancient dragon?
apparently. It has advantage on me next round.
Okay,
Or on
Mick.
its turn.
Does Mick know what this thing is and what it's capable of?
Give me a nature check.
Come on, baby.
Nah.
11. Okay, Mick's going to fire off an arrow at it.
All right.
Similar thought.
Yeah. 24.
24 is going to hit.
It takes 11 damage.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to bonus action. I guess I'm gonna move over here and I guess bonus action hide behind this table.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
18.
Rad, you're hidden.
Cool.
That's your turn, which is its turn, and it's going to start by locking eyes with
Heinrich.
Nah, Auken's right there. It's gonna lock eyes with Auken, and Auken needs to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh, take the 8. I am so sorry.
Oof.
This hurts.
Auken's legs below the knees have turned into stone.
Oh, great!
Auken's movement is 0, and the petrification is working its way up his legs.
Oh no!
Cool.
And
Cool.
then it's going to bite you.
And it's got advantage.
21.
That hits.
Weird.
It takes a moonbeam damage, doesn't it?
It does.
That too.
Yeah, it's gotta make it save against.
So that's going to be 12 piercing damage and 10 poison damage to Auken.
Okay,
And
hang on. The
Auken
10...
did not rage.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you did?
Auken did.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So what was the piercing?
So 6 piercing then. And
Okay.
10 poison.
Gotcha.
And
That
con
con
save.
save. Mm-hmm.
14.
Passes. So it takes half of 12, 6.
Okay. And that's going to be its turn. Heinrich.
I'll say, Auken, you're not allowed to be a statue yet, so you better do as you're told and be better at resisting the petrification. And Auken can take Bardic Inspiration.
And that's a 1d6 at this level, right?
It is a 1d6. Oh.
All right.
And then my D&D Beyond, for some reason, decided to reset itself, so let me get back to my character sheet.
Oh no.
But do that.
Oh, no.
9.
And I will firebolt this creature.
Weird. That's
With a
gonna
16
hit.
hit. 9 fire
Nice.
damage. 9 fire damage.
You might call that damage the mighty 9.
I wouldn't.
And that is my turn. Can I do a nature check to determine if I know what this thing is?
At this point, no.
Okay. Fair enough.
Kevin. Alarmtor, I mean.
That's
your
either
name,
one's fine.
and not
I'm
Kevin.
I'm not
Kevin
bothered.
was a false flag attack. Kevin is someone that I don't like.
As long as they can't ever derive my name somehow. Trahlga runs up and attacks with their sweet new scimitar.
Aight.
Definitely, you have to pronounce the C in scimitar, you guys.
It's the only way.
Scimitar.
Oh, that's gonna
Nice.
hit.
Well,
For 2 slashing damage, was it?
Yeah, that's right. I rolled a 1.
Weird. Wild. It is bloodied, however.
I'm gonna stay there. That's my turn.
Alright, Auken.
Okay, so I just don't have any movement, but I can still attack?
You do not have any movement. You can still attack. And at the end of your turn, you get to repeat the saving throw.
Okay, cool. I'm going to recklessly swing my greatsword at this thing again.
Okay?
Does a 23 hit?
It does. Weirdly enough.
That is 11 damage there. And then it's such a pain in the butt with the D&D Beyond thing to do advantage turning off. 17 for that con save.
Okay, you make the con save. You succeed, and you're able to shake off the petrification to the point where, like, you break free of the stone bonds that were encasing you.
Whew. Okay, cool.
Mick.
Okay, at this point, does Mick have an idea of this petrification abilities, or is he still pretty clueless?
Give me... a
I don't know.
perception check at advantage.
Okay. 22.
Yeah, this thing was definitely the cause of the almost petrification.
All right, Mick's gonna go. Don't really want to turn it. I don't really want to turn it to stone, so I'm going to close my eyes and try to shoot it from my hiding place.
You're gonna close your eyes and try and shoot it?
Yeah,
Okay, so you're gonna shoot with disadvantage.
yeah. Because I'm from stealth, do I get? Can I? Does that bounce
Your
out, or do I
eyes
still
are
roll?
closed, my dude.
All right, just checking.
Holy shit!
What?
It was an accident.
Quick question, what the fuck?
It was an accident. I mean, it was intentional, but it was an accident.
Can we get an F in the chat for Mr. Graves?
F in chat, please. Please.
How do you actually like do that? Did you hack Roll20? Like what?
I wish I knew enough coding language because I
How do you
would.
hack Roll20?
John, you can't talk. We were asking you that question back in fucking, what was that, March?
Sharn. Yeah.
That's okay. That's why I'm asking that question.
You did the same shit.
Okay, so max damage doubled plus bonuses.
So that would be so 12, 24 plus 3, so that's 27 damage.
Okay, so how do you want to do this?
So I'm like, so Mick's like, oh, Bamf, this whole thing's bad, Jax. He closes his eyes and just turns around and goes, sorry about this, Auken, expecting to hit Auken, and just lets go, and then drops behind the table and just like listens.
Okay, so you launch an arrow through the air that just barely misses Auken, flying over his shoulder, lodging itself deep into one of this thing's eyes, which just pops with this really terrible sound. And it shrieks in agony as it bleeds out through this eye. And its movements become more sluggish and slow until it pretty much just stops moving, and you see its skin turn to stone.
Did I get it? Did I hit Auken?
You got it.
Oh,
Yeah, you killed it quite effectively.
I like peek my head over the table, very anime style, just the big eyes. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Oh, I thought it was gonna be so much worse. Oh, well, what do you know? I'm delirium exira about that. I'm gonna start looking around the map or the room.
Okay, there's not much else in here, but there is a door down here.
Well, Heinrich.
Wait, where's the door?
Right next to you.
Oh, okay. All right, well, I will open the door. And go through the door. I think I know what is behind this door. And I'll open that door. I presume it's the staircase. Yes, it is the staircase. So that one's the staircase.
Yeah, this one here is the staircase.
I'll move forward. Move here. And I'll peek through this door. On my left. Is it open?
It is open. Behind this door is a room, and in this room there is a bed upside down on the floor, its rotted blankets peeking out from underneath the disintegrating mattress. Mounted to the north wall is a tall, cracked mirror in a stone frame that merges seamlessly with the surrounding wall. Lying underneath two dirt-clogged windows is a partially crumbled, rime-covered human skeleton in the tattered shreds of a nightgown.
I would like to investigate the corpse.
Okay, how do you do
Skeleton.
so?
Carefully. Like, I would like to look at it and not touch it particularly. I don't really want to touch dead things, so...
Okay, it is a dead guy. The robes, despite being ancient and mostly disintegrated, you can tell were once very, very fine material. Much finer than anything that you have ever set eyes upon. Even now, they still sparkle slightly.
If this is a magical nightie, I'm gonna, like, have to fight someone.
Sounds like it's a magical nightie.
Hey, Auken, I think there's something in here that you might like.
He'll climb in through the door and
Yeah, I think says that skeleton has something that would look good on you. That you would like to wear.
he'll look over at the nightgown and look back at Heinrich and say, I don't know. I think it might fit you better.
Nine, no, that wouldn't work for me at all. No, but I will look around for anything else of that might be of value. And I like to do kind of a perception check on the room just to kind of look and see around if there's anything else of interest.
Okay, give me an investigation check. Okay, you search around, and behind the frame of the rotted, disintegrating bed, you find a relatively small chest.
Oh, so there's a chest here. And I'll try and open it.
It is locked.
And I'll yell out, Mick, your services are required.
Hi. Die. What do you need from me, Chief?
I needed to unlock this box.
All right, and pull out my thieves' tools.
All right, give me a sleight of hand.
Okay, let's move that to normal. And then sleight of hand. 7.
You fail to open it.
Oops, sorry, that seems a bit more complicated than I anticipated.
Well,
The chest is relatively small and relatively light, being only 25 pounds.
oh
You
boy.
could bring it with you if you wanted to.
Auken, do you think that you could carry this? I don't think that I could carry this.
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Do I get to see you in the nightgown?
No, 9.
Hard bargain.
9. No nightgown. That is not my style.
Auken says while he's stuffing the nightgown in his own bag already. But he'll take the chest.
All right. The first thing Auken notices when placing hands on the handles of this chest is that they're warm. Not hot or anything, but they're above room temperature. They're not cold.
Room temperature
Weird.
being very cold.
Super cold.
Yeah.
Like so cold you wouldn't believe it.
I can't believe how
I-
cold it is.
I wouldn't believe it.
I can't believe it's not butter, but here we are.
But here we are.
Is this chest made of wood or metal?
Wood with metal framework.
Okay. So in theory breakable, but we don't know what's inside it.
Correct.
Well, on to the next room, I think. Trahlga, would you like to do the honors?
Yeah, I would. I would like to kick this door open. And I walk up and quietly open the door.
You open the door, and through the door, you can see a large room. The walls of this chamber are inscribed with interconnected runes and marred with cracks. What is now the ceiling bears similar inscriptions that swirl inward, converging around a golden crystal disc 5 feet in diameter. You guys are walking in?
Yep.
Who's the first one to walk in?
I think it would be Trahlga.
Yeah, I am. Yep.
All right, Trahlga, the second that you cross the threshold of this room, an illusory holographic figure appears on the ceiling, upside down in the far corner up here. It appears to be the same long-faced human wizard depicted in the statues just inside the spire's entrance. It begins speaking in a strange, possibly forgotten language.
Sorry, my baby's having a hard evening right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
That does sound like a baby.
Yeah.
Have you tried just not having a baby?
We did that for many years.
It's going great for me.
We did that for a lot of years. Didn't work out for us. Sorry, it's hard to ignore my baby. So yeah, illusion man. You look like that other guy. Did you know you look like a statue, even though you're moving? Who are you?
It does not respond to you. It finishes giving its speech, and then the illusion disappears.
Where's our simulacrum?
And right behind you, the Dazan simulacrum just says, "Oh hey, you guys found the rune chamber."
Is that
What chamber?
what this is?
Oh yeah, this is where the magic happens. Both literally and figuratively, but mostly literally.
It's a good joke. That's quite good.
I
had a long
like
time
him.
to work on it.
Oh, no, I
You've
really
been
like him.
preparing for this, I think.
Yeah. Not much else to do around here but study and, smell whites.
Oh, before we do this, wait, you can smell? I thought you were an illusion.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Quite strange. But I wanted to ask you about this books that I found. Yeah, do you know anything about this? And I pull out that book on like brain stuff.
And he flips through it and skims what is still legible, and he says, I mean, the Netherese were super advanced, but come on, brains in jars? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. This is clearly a work of fiction. I don't know who Cthulhu Lovecraft is, but clearly they were the prominent fiction writer of their time.
Yes. Very well. And I'll take the book back and... Yes. Fake. But what do we do with this room here? This room chamber, as you speak of.
So, here's how it works. You see that golden disc in the ceiling there, what used to be the floor of this spire.
Yes.
I simply do this, and he walks over to directly underneath it, and the moment he does, you'll all notice that the crystal disc begins glowing with a faint golden light. And he says, and now it will ask the requisite question. I won't hear it, of course, because I'm not real, but you all should. And right on cue, basically, you all hear a disembodied voice in your heads that says, Do you wish to proceed with the transrealification?
Well, I think we have not much of a choice.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
weird. I don't like people talking in my head. Oh, yes. The
Yes.
consensus is
Okay,
yes.
well, one person said yes, so... Proceeding with transrealification. The voice says as the runes, the interconnected runes on the walls swirling out from this crystal disc on the ceiling all light up, and the energy from them seem to all flow into the disc, creating a pillar of brilliant golden light that encompasses the simulacrum of Dazan. And for a moment, you can see nothing until that light disappears and the pillar is gone, and left standing inside is Dazan, just as you saw him before.
Did it work?
I don't think it worked. You look pretty normal to me.
What do you mean? Is he not supposed to look normal?
Well,
Auken's
go
gonna
up
reach
to him.
out and poke him.
yeah, same thing. You poke on one side, I poke on the other.
You're supposed to pinch a dream. If it's an illusion, you pinch it.
Oh, you mean like this? And I pinch him.
Auken's just gonna
you
keep
reach
poking.
out and pinch him, and he yelps in pain and goes,
Oh.
"Huh! Huh!
It worked.
I felt that. That hurt.
Well, yeah,
that hurt so much."
Yeah, no, life's full of that kind of shit. You gotta get used to it. I think you might have lost on the deal here. Welcome to reality, to real life.
Well, this is very interesting. Do your lungs always feel so full when you breathe?
Yes.
Yes, it's a lifelong labor.
How do you handle this? It's very uncomfortable.
Alcohol.
The air is so cold and filled with
Well,
what do you call
Substances
it,
that damage
dust?
your.
well, actually, the one that's really disturbing when you really think about it is when I mention this, you will be keenly aware of it, and that it's in your mouth. It's your tongue. You are now completely aware of your tongue and its complete movements in your mouth, and it's very uncomfortable when you really think about it. So, you're welcome for that. And then, but it slowly slips into the subconscious, and you slowly forget that you are actually breathing. You just do it on your own.
Weird. You guys are practically heroes for doing this.
Oh,
Breathing,
well,
I mean, it's
Oh,
wow. I miss not doing it.
I thought you meant. Yeah, that's fair.
That seems
fair.
reasonable. Yes.
No, that's fair.
So
You don't remember burning at the stake, do you?
No, that sounds
Right.
really bad.
So you're
that
not
sounds worse
really
than
him.
breathing.
Yes. Okay. No, I get what's going on. Anyways, I have some trouble I need you to deal with right away. I had to speak with you in private, please.
In private.
Oh,
Why can't I want to
What?
listen?
Yes.
It's nothing. Don't
Here,
worry about
step
it.
into the basilisk chamber.
Yes. What? Fine. Will they be able to hear us through the chamber? Look, just everyone go about their business. It's fine.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
This is very suspicious.
Mick is immediately listening in through the wall.
They're thick frozen stone walls, so good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he steps into a side room with Trahlga. What are you asking him?
So what if there was what is your, again, you said you were a bit of an alienist, that you had at least some theoretical knowledge. What if you were in the need to remove such a foreign body?
Wait, what now?
Remove a foreign body of a kind.
From
An alien kind.
like a person?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's lots here that I've studied. Netherese did dabble with parasites. Why do you ask?
Well, it is very important to me to learn the technique to remove such things.
I mean, it should be important to everybody.
Yes, but it is immediately important to me.
Oh, do you have a...
Look,
thing?
the details are less important than the fact of the matter.
I mean,
that
details are pretty important in science.
Look, that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, I need someone with a sharp knife and an understanding of the arcane. I believe that is you. And I believe that you only exist because of the work.
Knife.
I pull out the knife from the inn.
Oh, that's very nice.
There we go, one hurdle overcome. I believe you owe me your life. And now I put my life in your hands. Eventually, when this room is not so adjacent to potentially monsters or something, soon.
Okay, that's an odd request, and I'm still kind of lost, but thank you for the knife.
Don't worry, you'll use it soon.
I hope I don't.
No, you have to. I'm telling you, you have to.
I would rather not.
Well, that's not the agreement I'm having with you right now.
I'm a man of science, not a man of violence.
No, not violence. No, it's a tool. I used it to amputate a man's arm just to save his life very recently.
That sounds a lot like violence.
This is a consequence, not as a desire.
I don't see the difference.
I originally planned to very carefully cut away, but then something at the moment I just decided to just hack it right off. Went great.
I see.
So violent sometimes works out, but that's not what we're trying to do.
Lying.
It's fine. Keep the sharp knife. We'll talk later.
It is a nice knife. Thank you for the knife. Anyway, we can go back to my workshop. I can make stew. It's not really stew. It's just broth. But it does the job, I think. I have a body now.
So you might find it doesn't without the stew part.
Yes.
We didn't think this through, did we? Alright, it's fine. You'll be fine. Look, I have a ration. There you are.
And yeah, you guys are able to go back up to the floor that he was living on. He offers you some bedrolls and, tattered, badly smelling blankets. But they are still blankets. And it is fairly temperate in here as far as temperature goes. And yeah, I think we can call it there for the night.
Cool.
All right.
As you guys have just made this simulacrum a real boy.
I'm a real boy!
And
Can we rename him Pinocchio?
he would not like that at all.
So what if we just call him that?
I mean, same response. But yeah, you guys are able to get a meal of rations in and get a long rest in here in the Inverted Spire.
Cool.
Awesome.
And we'll call it there for the night. Thank you once again, everybody, for joining us. And once again, as always, a big shout out to all two of our patrons, Catherine and Christopher. If you would also like to be a patron and get shouted at during our games, the link is in the doobly-doo below, where you can get parts of your money. And
just
we
parts.
will appreciate it. In the meantime,
Help us solve our ghost train problem.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, I hope everybody had a happy Halloween. I hope everybody votes on Tuesday, because voting is super important. And until then, we'll see you next Sunday. All right.
Oh
Good night,
God, we're
everybody.
still doing that next Sunday too. On top.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Oh yes. Which reminds me, I need to give a shout out to ourselves because next Saturday we will be participating in the Extra Life Foundation game stream, and we will be playing D&D for 24 hours straight, starting Saturday the 7th at 10 a.m. and going until 10 a.m. on Sunday the 8th for charity for sick kids. Think of the sick kids and look for us next Saturday. All right.
So we get a 6-hour nap in between?
You know, like you do.
Okay.
Almost a full night's sleep.
It's basically
Almost.
the same thing.
Pretty much.
All right. Well,
All right.
good night, everybody out there in internet land. We will see you next Saturday.
Bye.